Friday. I'm the Grace Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for today. We are going to get started on today's daily collective read in the next few minutes, but a couple of updates before we move through. First and foremost, the personal readings are closed today. I will be honoring one card readings for super fans if you would like to become a super fan. Also, for anyone who is on the list already, I will be honoring those readings as well. In the meantime, we will be getting started on the daily collective read. We are doing two giveaways today. Our first is a reading giveaway. When we get to 50K likes, so make sure you are tapping that screen and we will get to 50K in no time. The other reading giveaway we're doing today is going to be a free reading for the highest gifter between now and the conclusion of the daily collective read. So I wish you a lot of luck if you're participating in that as well. Prior to beginning today's daily collective, I will be giving a brief recap on what we've been seeing in the cards over the last few days. If you would like to catch any of those full readings, you can find them over on the place where we keep the videos. You can also find them over on the place where we keep the photos. You can also find them as a podcast over on my spot at Tarot Church and over on my stack. But before we begin, first and foremost, most important question, how are you doing today? There are no wrong answers. During this eclipse cycle, we are moving closer and closer to that new moon in Virgo. And I'm just going to tell you right now, the new moon in Virgo is going to feel a lot like a full moon, specifically and particularly because we're going through eclipse cycles. There can be a lot of energetic intensity. We've been moving through this since the full moon that we had just a few weeks ago. There are some things that may be happening right now to help you kind of work through a lot of this energy. One of the big significant changes that we've seen over the last few days is the fact that Mercury has moved into Libra. Now, that's going to feel like a little bit of an easement point, specifically because one of the things that we've been talking about with this particular eclipse cycle that's making it feel so energetically difficult is the fact that we entered it with so many planets in retrograde. I've been saying that this is very difficult for those with a lot of Libra placements because it's not perfect energy. Okay, it's not perfect energy. The vibes feel less than immaculate when we have this many planets in retrograde, particularly when they're in retrograde in Aries. Of all the houses for them to be in retrograde for, to be retrograde during in Aries. And even things, I gotta tell you, even things that are not planets right now, there are planetary bodies that are in retrograde right now in Aries. It's a lot. Okay. If you've been feeling this right now, making sure that you're like navigating situations with a level or degree of proportionality. Okay, I got to tell you, I've just been walking you guys through this. Working like when we've got planets retrograding like this in Aries, things get on our nerves in ways and shapes that we wouldn't even regularly notice. I'm going to keep on saying this. Now is not the type of energy to be reactive in. And that doesn't mean that you can't articulate upon how you're feeling. But we go through this every time we hit one of these eclipse cycles, being able to bring a proportionality towards how we're feeling, right? And this is what we talk about even with like Mercury and Libra as we move into Libra season. The proportionality of how we navigate our energetic emotions shows the ability to articulate and identify the understanding of the self. We're going to be going through a lot of this right now, given the fact that Uranus is in Gemini. Okay, and even in the space by which we articulate upon nuance, being able to tell the difference between something that feels energetically supportive versus something that doesn't. One of the things that we were also seeing, and I feel like this is something that's coming through a lot right now with the energy in Aries, is understanding the difference between effectively moving from a place or proportionality of being able to articulate upon why we have feelings upon things versus feeling led by feelings. How can we typically tell the difference between being able to articulate upon our emotions versus being reactive to them? It's a continuing conversation that we've been having in relationality to dispassion versus compassion. Dispassion is effectively the ability to effectively feel led by one's emotions and then being energetically reactive. This can often come out a lot when we're going through eclipse retrograde cycles like the one that we're currently experiencing, right? Bringing a proportionality to things because it's like, I like to describe it, it's very energetically triggering. versus the ability of being energetically reactive, which can often be articulated. And what's interesting about being reactive is it's dispassionate. And dispassionate is actually being led by the emotions, right? Being able to articulate upon the fact that one has feelings to reason. You can't find their emotions don't carry reason. Reason carries reason. And when we're doing the work to understand the self, we try to understand why we feel the way that we do. I would not be surprised right now if there's energetic situations that you're going through that may be feeling a lot of that intensity and pressure. Now, this is having a different impact depending on where one finds oneself on the frequency cycles. And I got to tell you right now, we are effectively identifying that there is a lot of that shifting that we saw that was occurring. I noticed the fact that there was an energetic cycle that was effectively closing out from about the time we started that cycle, from about the time of the solstice period up until the time of Uranus stationing retrograde, right before this eclipse cycle started. Now, a lot of those relationships were what we are effectively identifying as temperance partnerships, the ability to understand and recognize the mutual effort that allows one to be able to move forward with a sense of like fortitude. And that's why I was saying that a lot of those relationships have really, really strong foundations, because to come together, okay, to come together during retrograde eclipse cycles like this, to come together in the space of going through, and I keep on calling it, it's a confluence of retrogrades right now. Like, that's the thing that's entirely wild about it. It's not just the fact, like, if you look at me right now and say, like, which planet is in retrograde that's hurting my feelings, I'm going to say, pick. Pick one. Go ahead and pick one. There's a few of them. Which one you want to pick? I got a whole box of them. I got a whole box of planets in retrograde. Which one would you like to grab right now to articulate why your feelings are feeling energetically hurt? Okay. We've got, and a lot of the space, but that's what I'm saying right now, with the fact that those relationships coming together in the space with Neptune and Saturn retrograding, which is circumstances from the past rising back up again, either spiritually, energetically, or tangibly, yet still being able, and this is why I keep on seeing that potentially a lot of those relationships right now are going through heart opening processes, the ability to articulate how much they mean to one another, specifically and particularly because I feel like for a lot of those relationships, they didn't even realize and recognize that they were holding back because they were healing from wounds in relationality to the wounds that occur when we are not doing the work to heal ourselves, which often articulate upon the space of recognizing and deceiving one's own self. Now, what does it feel like when we experience the wound of another person's self-deception? It can often feel really energetically painful when we go through those processes because it's not necessarily intentional. This is where a lot of trauma occurs. And this is why it's so important that we do our shadow work effectively, which is, again, working on understanding the aversions of the self to be able to come into a point of higher clarity. Because when we are not being clear with ourselves, we articulate that we desire things, but then we lean back away from them in the moment that they arrive to us, right? It's a lot of that space by which we navigate or feel energetically fortified in relationality to what it is we have to do to bring forth those things within ourselves. Now, for a lot of the energy going through this work, having those experiences of potentially articulating to each other what that healing journey was, I feel like there was potentially the experience of those energies having been hurt before by someone that articulates and articulates and articulates the fact that they're moving in one direction. And then all of a sudden, like a retrograde comes up, something from the past rises back to the surface, and the energy goes running in the opposite direction of everything that they articulated that they energetically desired. So this is why we see that for a lot of those relationships, feeling fortified, feeling energetically grounded in a lot of that work, I keep on defining it as it's a lot of, I feel like it's a lot of the energy that almost feels like they're coming into a space of apologizing to one another, but it's the energetic apology in relationality to saying, like, the apology of saying, I didn't recognize that you were exceptional. It's like the apology, it's like, and that's what we're effectively seeing. This is why we work to release. This is why we work to release a lot of the wounds of the past, to be able to allow for that ability to be energetically surprised by one another. This brings us to a lot of the energy in separation right now. One of the things I'm seeing right now for a lot of the energy in separation is a lot of these relationships. This is either energy that is working in separation on the self. right? This is a lot of, and I'm going to tell you right now, because what it seems like we're reading for right now is the energy that's starting to come together. And I like the fact, and even the fact that it feels obfuscated right now. This is the funny part about it. I've been having a hard time reading into what the new energy is, which is why I feel like it is moon partnerships, because often often, and we talk about this when we're going to be studying the card next month, the ability to work through like moon lessons is often, it feels very energetically evasive. Okay, it's very hard. It's hard to put one's finger on it. It's like it's a lot of shifting, it's a lot of changing. But this is why we see that this is the work that feels like it's really energetically important at this time, because this is, again, either energy that is working in separation on doing the work of uncovering or working to understand the inner world better. Understanding the inner self better allows us to understand the energetic world around us in a deeper fashion. So that ability of being able to articulate upon, like the internal light that we shine within, and the understanding of the self, that brings a lot of clarity and relationality to being able to articulate to others what our energetic needs are. So I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy right now in separation, this could be an eclipse that's bringing out a lot of unpacking, right? A lot of deep diving, potentially even a lot of kind of working towards feeling energetically balanced as a lot of feelings come up, potentially even a lot of feelings coming up around the past, given the fact that we see Neptune and Saturn in retrograde. We're also identifying that for some of these relationships that are coming together right now, there's a heavy degree of delicacy that we are observing that is shaping these relationships. Why are we seeing so much delicacy there? Because you saw, and we were informed upon the fact that we see that the energy that's moving into divine union right now is experiencing a healing in relationality to understanding and carrying the wound of another self-deception. And those wounds, and that's what's so hard about wounds of self-deception. It's not the space by which another person is doing something intentionally. So that's why we see that for a lot of the relationships in separation right now, navigating that delicacy, feeling the energetic intensity of this eclipse that is compounded with the retrograde, but also like almost feeling, I keep wondering, they're feeling each other out in the space by which they're working to understand one another better, right? It's very, I want to describe, it's not fragile, it's delicate. And the reason I keep on seeing the difference between fragility and delicacy is amplified in relationality to the energetic care that we put towards things. So I keep on seeing that these are a lot of new relationships that are navigating one another carefully. Okay. And this brings us deeper into the energy that's deep within divine union right now. Now, for the purposes of our readings, we will typically be reading energy that has moved deeper into divine union as the most recent relationship cycle that's moving into divine union. And so the last one that we see that's just recently been moving deeper into it were those magician cycles. And the reason we are articulating them as magician cycles is because those were relationships that were coming together with the foundation of understanding and trying to bring the authenticity of the self towards the relationship, that thereby allows something to be energetically possible. For a lot of those relationships, I just keep on seeing working into that space and understanding and recognizing the self. I keep on hearing that for a lot of those relationships, and to clarify the timing on these, we're speaking specifically upon relationships that were probably coming together from about the time of the solstice period up until the time of Mercury and Venus stationing direct behind Neptune. A lot of those relationships doing that work, right? Potentially even recentering priority into partnership. I keep on seeing that those were a lot of relationships we're trying to heal via the chirality issues, which is the space by which they may be moving something with a lot of rapidity towards something, not because it is broken, but because it is energetically fixed. But it was requiring a little bit of that articulation upon the past to be able to tell the difference. And this is why, if there's that clarification that is potentially occurring around those circumstances or situations, I keep on saying, if the energy doesn't feel like it's in alignment, or sees the energy recentering into partnership and feels like an energetic violation is occurring, that's effectively a maturation issue. because it's the observation that as we energetically mature, we don't take the centering into partnership personally. We recognize and identify that that is a point of understanding by which we're able to bring things about. So I keep on seeing that for a lot of those relationships, being able to articulate and potentially even feel like almost like feeling like the energy around the partnership changing, right? But also understanding and recognizing that that is a part of coming into divine union, the observation of recognizing and navigating that force of change. I keep on seeing it's the energy that feels stabilized, but they're healing their relationship to Saturn. Because if these are circumstances where they're moving deeper into partnership and another person is taking it personally, I keep on seeing that this is the energy that understands you can't force wisdom into things. This is the energy like giving it to Saturn and being like, can you take care of this? Because often that is something that we learn in the process of time. That is where we find all of the energy prior to beginning today's daily collective read. But let me know in the comments how this energy is impacting you personally. If you would like to catch this full reading, you can find it over in the place where we keep the videos. You can also find it over on the place where we keep the photos. You can also find it as a podcast over on my spot at Tarot Church and over on my stack. That said, I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. I am going to point out again that for the purposes of today, our list is going to be closed. Thank you so much for the gift, Kat. That's absolutely beautiful. We will be giving a free reading to the highest gifter between now and the conclusion of the daily collective read. I will also be doing a reading giveaway when we get to 50K likes. For anyone who is on the list for today, I will be honoring you if you got on the list and you are a super fan. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome. And I will be, hi there. And if anybody is on the hold list, please let me know if you would also like to be added back to the list. How are you doing today, Indira? Good to see you. Welcome, Tapping Point. How are you doing, dear? Kimberly, thank you for sharing the live. Always appreciate when you guys share the live. Brandon, welcome. Hi, Bridget. Good to see you today. And Tristini, thank you for those gifts as well. How are you doing? Ari, thank you for the follow. Proportionality. Is that a question? What's your question? Brandon, I need more words. What does proportionality with a question mark mean? Welcome to those joining us across the other apps as well. Hope you guys are doing well today. Hi there, Ari. Thank you for becoming a member of my fan club. And thank you, Bridget, for sharing the live. Always appreciate when you guys share the live. And excellent. Oh yeah, Minnie, how did things go last night? And thank you. And a reminder, thank you to everyone who attended our tarot class last night. It was such a delight to be able to go over the star card with you. That class should now be available over on my stack. You can find it there if you are a paid subscriber. If you could not make the class last night, never fear. The class is now available to you as a recording. And if you want to become a subscriber over on my stack, you can also do so. And you'll also have access to that class as well. Now, if you become a monthly subscriber to my stack, you'll have access to over 9 hours worth of material in the, hold on a moment, in the Tarot Church. Strega, please get off that. Why are you being extra right now? Hold on, I'm watching Strega just be straight up absolutely naughty. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's go on. If you become a monthly subscriber over on my stack, you'll have access to over 9 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library Class Archive. Now, our next class is going to be held on Wednesday, October 15th at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. We will be continuing our studies into the tarot with the study on the moon card. I cannot wait to teach this class. It's going to be a fascinating class. The card is one of my favorites. It's a lot. There's a lot going on there. There's a lot going on there. We're going to talk about the symbology of the card. We're going to talk about the history of the card. I'm going to be walking you guys through spread applications, how you can read that card in any direction it may appear in your own readings. I'm also going to be providing you a unique spread to help you channel the messages of the moon card in your own readings. And as I mentioned, all you need to do if you'd like to become part of that class program is head on over to that stack, become a paid subscriber. Your monthly subscription will grant you access to over 9 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library Class Archive. Now is the perfect time to join. I know if you just missed class, you did not miss class because you are in perfect place to be able to start taking all of the other classes that we've already taken. So you start now, you will be all ready for that class when we hit October 15th. But even if you don't, Take those classes. It's not necessary to do so. I do my best to give you a recap on everything that we have studied prior to beginning that class. You'll also have access to a one-on-one chat with me and the other students to ask any questions that you may have in relation to anything we've learned and studied thus far. And if you become a founding member to my stack, not only will you receive a discount on the whole year's worth of classes, but you will also receive full access to the entirety of the Tarot Church Library class program. That is access to over 17 hours worth of material in an ever expanding library. You'll also have access to a complimentary one-on-one mentorship class with me, where I will meet with you personally to assess where you are on your own personal tarot journey and give you the best insights in terms of how to utilize those classes to the best of your advantage going towards your tarot goals going forward. One of the things I tried to do in these classes was make them accessible to the absolute novice tarot reader as well as the seasoned reader. There's definitely something there for everyone. Don't let your lack of experience or your robust experience prevent you from joining us in these classes. And even if you don't become a paid subscriber to my stack, I would encourage you to follow me there to stay up to date on any new offerings or services. I also post my weekly newsletter there, which will let you know about my in-person events as well as my online live schedule. I also want to let you guys know that you can also find my mystic meditation articles there, which will give you recaps on what we've been seeing energetically. I just wrote one recently on that full moon energy that we just navigated. I'm going to be writing one in just a couple days about navigating this new moon, man. It's going to be fun. It's not going to feel like a new moon. It's going to feel a lot like a full moon. It's going to feel like the new moon's going to feel like a lot like a full moon. But it's going to be great, especially given the fact that we've got it's going to be fine. You'll also have access. I also want to let you guys know that on top of my standard life path readings, I also offer mentorship classes. These are for any of my students seeking a more personalized educational experience with me. I take a very limited number of students for this reason, as those classes are focused on each individual's personal spiritual goals and journey work. Those classes can be purchased on an individual level basis or as a monthly class series, weekly or bi-weekly, as your schedule permits. Also, for my students that are seeking more consistent weekly tarot support, I'm very happy to offer weekly tarot insight packages. That is a package of 4 30-minute readings, again, weekly or bi-weekly, as your schedule permits, so that you can stay more consistent on your personal journey. I'm also very happy to offer now interpretation readings, which you can purchase per dream or as a series. If you purchase the series, I would encourage you to start to keep a dream journal. I mean, if you, as we will meet weekly or bi-weekly with that journal and utilize the tarot to understand the key themes and messages coming towards you in the dream space. That said, we are going to get started on today's daily collective in the next few moments. The list is closed for today. I will be honoring 1 card readings for super fans. If you would like to become a super fan, you can do so. I will also, again, anyone who is on the list, who is a fan who has gotten on the list, will also be read for today. And if you want to get on the list for tomorrow, you can do so, and I will add you to the list for tomorrow. Beep, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. And oh, buon compleanno, V. How are you doing? You are just in time. I hope you're having a beautiful day. And welcome as well. Thank you, Bridget, for sharing the live. Always appreciate when you guys share the live. And Ari, thank you for sending heart me's in the live. I appreciate you as well. Thank you as well, Minnie. Good to see you. I hope last night went well for you. Excellent. Welcome, Wushu. Only 1 or 2 people seem somewhat promising. I realized I'm way more confident than I thought. Oh, don't worry, Minnie. I'm glad to hear that. I hope that stag energy was in connection to what you were doing. I am exceptional. Good to see you, Melly. Bridget, moon counterpart sounds about right for me. We will see, though. Sending you support on that journey, Bridget. Listen, every time I read for you, it's a counterpart reading. Funny enough, I miss this community. I'm definitely pursuing quality over quantity. Oh, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're here, Minnie. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys so much as well. We have a beautiful community here. And I know that there's some changes that have been occurring with the app. For those who are on our Disco channel, I am going to be addressing them this week to help navigate them. So no worries there. And again, if you become a super fan, you can also have access to our super fan only Disco channel. I hate saying super fan. I think I'm going to call you guys super friends. I don't like it. 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 Is today when your break starts from, oh, I know. Do you have a break right now, Bridget? V, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. We're starting right now, V. You didn't miss a thing. Today is the day I start to back up again. Excellent. And thank you, V, for sharing the live. Always appreciate when you guys share the live just in time. Excellent. Hi there, Miss Bex. Good to see you. Wait, why am I not seeing Miss Bex's comments? All right, Miss Bex, if you commented, it's not coming through on my end. Are you guys seeing Miss Bex? Because I saw you comment upon them, but I'm not seeing their comments. And thank you, Serial, for the follow. Beep, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. And Smart, thank you for the follow as well. I hope everyone's having a beautiful day. I hope you are too. Welcome, Haley. Good to see you. I know Strega's being a little, I don't even know what she was doing. Again, she was just, it's the vibe right now. I know, Strega. I hope you're having an amazing, I hope everybody's having an amazing day. Welcome, Heather. Good to see you today. Excellent. It's gonna be fine, Wushu. Hey, BB, how are you doing today, dear? I hope you're having a good one. Oh, there's Bex. I see you now. Hello, little ghosty. Hi there, Celinda. Good to see you as well, dear. And Michelle, thank you for the follow. Super Friends is great. That's the name. I know. I don't. Wasn't that great? That show great? I used to love that. I forget the theme song. Oh my gosh, it was so good. But like, here's the thing. I'm thinking about the Super Pets one from like not too long ago. There was another one that was more superhero based, right? Can I not say it? Am I gonna get sued? Yes, the stag energy was there. I wasn't afraid of showing who I am and speaking confidently. I'm so glad to hear that, Minnie. Oh, that's wonderful. Hi there, Kath. If the list is closed, does the higher skifter valid for today, or it's going to be added for tomorrow, dear? If that works, I can try. The thing is, I can try to do it today. It entirely depends on how much time it takes me to do the divine update. Hi there, Nikki. How are you doing today? Absolutely. And Trishina, thank you for joining us as well. As I mentioned, friends, we are going to get started on today's daily collective read in the next few minutes. The list is closed today. I will be honoring one card readings for super fans. I will also be, and also if you want to get on the list, for tomorrow, you can also do so as well. That said, if you guys could do me a favor and share this live, I would appreciate it. Make sure anyone would like to catch this reading live is here to receive it. And while we do that, before we get started on today's daily collective, why don't we warm up our intuition muscles with an intuition check? I've got our animal spirit guide card here. We're going to count back from 10, and when I get to 1, I will reveal the cards. Go ahead and put your impressions in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got the water dragon. Thank you guys so much for participating. Excellent. What do you mean, Nikki? You can't put 2 animals in and make them one animal. A bull cow is not an animal. How many times do we have to go over this? Not even remotely close. Welcome, Melissa. Good to see you. Okay, you just saw water. So that's good, Kat. That was close. As I mentioned, friends, we are going to get started on today's daily collective. The list is closed, but we will be honoring 1 card readings for super fans. So make sure that you become a super fan if you would like a 1 card. That said, bulls and cows are similar. I mean, obviously, but yes, but they're also different cards in that deck. And I know you know that. That said, no better time than the present. Why don't we get started? Welcome, everyone. Happy Friday. I'm the Grace Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for today, Friday, September 19th, 2025. What do we have coming through in the cards for today? Can I please have the first 2 cards in our 5-card spread for today? First 2 cards we are starting our day off with today are our 7 of Wands in its upright, in combination with our Wheel of Fortune in its upright. Let's talk about this energy right now. You know, I want to describe it, and I'm trying to walk you guys through this ever since this eclipse season started. This is a very, very spiky eclipse cycle. Typically, when we're going through eclipse cycles, it feels it feels like everything it's like, and I want to just like, the reason this feels harder than typical is because typically when we're going through eclipse cycles, it just amplifies the energy that we're in. We get very like, it can sometimes create a lot of that amplification. The thing that's important to note, and this is about this particular eclipse, and this is why I keep on articulating to please, 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 please not be energetically reactive during this eclipse cycle, is the understanding or working on the space of observing and identifying what one is like. It's the retrograde can often create a lot of energetic pressure. Now, the best way I can describe it is, I want you to imagine that the energy right now, the eclipse energy, is effectively discordant. Okay, and the reason I keep on describing it to a certain extent as energetically discordant is because we've got the intensity of the eclipse, which feels like, I mean, with the intensity of the eclipse, which feels like an uplift, and then we've got the heaviness of the retrograde, which feels like the energetic like pressure upon things. So I think everything that we keep on seeing right now, if you're telling me that you have moments that you feel good and then suddenly you don't, like, welcome to this energetic frequency, right? Like yeah, that's how the energy is. One of the most important things about it is making sure that one is not over internalizing within it. And what does it mean when we're over internalizing upon things? And that's what I meant in terms of also the fact with Mercury in Virgo, right? Mercury in Virgo can often speak towards that feeling of, I keep on getting like the feeling of energetic pressure upon which we feel things. And I gotta stress, it's not that typically when Mercury's in Virgo, it's usually not a big deal. Okay, but that's the funny thing about this particular eclipse cycle. There's a lot of anomalous energetic things that are happening during the eclipse cycle. So it's like, again, it's typically a Mercury in Virgo is all about working through a space of precision. But the thing is that when we have Mercury in Virgo, that's also in Virgo season, it's the intensity of feeling energetic pressure in terms of being precise, right? And this is why I keep on seeing, like, this is why I kept on articulating upon making sure that you're bringing compassion to things, right? Not assuming things during the retrograde, understanding that everybody is feeling it, being able to communicate upon something that one is feeling. And I keep on getting to, it's the observation that communicating upon how one is feeling doesn't require one to effectively have to be nice. It's almost like working through it's like the niceness that is replaced with specificity is the best way I can describe it. Now, this is really important for all of the energy across all of the frequencies, but I see that it's really important right now, specifically for the energy in separation, because one of the things that we're potentially seeing that's occurring right now in the energy and separation, and I basically got two different modalities that I'm observing for energy and separation right now. This energy that is in separation, that is potentially contending or dealing with this retrograde eclipse energy. And the thing about it is, I feel like the thing with this particular retrograde eclipse that can feel very heavy or intense is the fact that we've got Neptune and Saturn that are both retrograding in the span of the eclipse process. That can create a lot of things coming back up from the past. And that's not necessarily a negative thing, right? A lot of the stirring up, like I want to describe it, right? Like the retro Neptune and Saturn in retrograde during eclipse cycle can often feel like it stirs things up from the past, right? But the space, and this is why I was articulating upon not being energetically reactive, because when we're able to articulate and identify what we are trying to do in a greater fashion, this is why I keep on seeing that this is either energy in separation that is articulating upon the specificity upon what they are energetically looking for from the past versus what it is that they're looking for going forward, because this is what I keep on seeing, that is happening right now for some of the energy in separation, right? It has to do with the quality and context of change. Healthy partnership is the space what we like, healthy partnership is not a space of stagnation. It's a space by which change, like we invest in each other, like it's a work that we do to build into the context of change, right? We roll with the punches when we're in relationship together. We navigate that force or that weight. Now I keep on seeing that for some of the energy that is in inspiration, the observation, right? We often identify this, and it's a conversation, it's a recognition of understanding when our manifestation goals aren't aligned, right? Often, when we try to move something towards a manifestation goal and another person starts articulating and saying, why are you making, like, why are you changing? Like, why are you causing problems in something? It's often the amplification of recognizing someone that doesn't share the same manifestation goals as us, right? Because it's the understanding that the healthy relationship is one that can navigate change, that allows that change to be energetically possible. So everything we keep on seeing right now is, and I keep on hearing, there's something really beautiful that's happening right now for energy in separation that is centering in their steadiness in relationality to the manifestation goal. And I keep on hearing the message for the energy and separation of it's not too much to ask. It's not too much to ask. And the reason I keep on seeing that is, and that's what I meant in relationality to this feeling like these are moon partnerships that are starting to come together right now. Because the observation that when you articulate upon what you want, right? When you articulate to another person what you want, and they start, then they start, and they start telling you that you're burdening them with it, right? It's the observation that they don't want the same thing as you, right? Because when we tell someone what we energetically want and we want the same things, it feels like an energetic celebration. It's like, yay! It's like, it's like it's confetti energy. It's the space by which we feel that sense of energetic celebration. But when we articulate something that isn't in our manifestation goal, it feels more like an energetic burden, right? It feels more like an energetic weight. So everything we keep on seeing right now is these are energies in separation that are recognizing that they're healing from expansion problems. And I keep on hearing a healthy relationship is one that can expound upon what they're expanding on. A healthy relationship is something that can expound upon what they are expanding on, which is the space by which they can articulate upon what the direction is like what direction is going in. And that's why I keep on seeing. Remember when I said it's not the fact that this retrograde might be bringing things up from the past, but I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy, the space of something being brought up from the past is the observation or the understanding of the difference between the energetic past that arrives back to us because they energetically want to go back to something, right? Like the energetic, I keep on seeing like the return to the space by which we may have experienced trauma, or it is the space or place by which we identify and recognize what feels like it's moving in a healthy direction. And so I keep on saying this is a gift of a bit of the energy and separation, having received a lot of that direction sense going through those temperance lessons that we've been experiencing up until this point. And so I keep on seeing that it's interesting because I almost feel that for some of these, for some of the energy and separation, it feels like a little bit of, I want to describe it as like, it feels like a little bit of no thank you energy. Like it feels like a little bit of that force of intention I keep on seeing being energetically respective as it relates to the clarity in terms of the direction that something is going in. And this is why I keep on seeing that for these new relationships that are coming together right now, it's interesting because I see a process being slowed down. These new relationship partnerships, there's something really important and significant that we see that is energetically occurring in relationality to, the best way I can describe it being is the space by which, um, and it's interesting too, like, and I need to describe this, and this is what I mean about the moon energy, like working into the context of being an energetic shield, right? Because I keep on hearing, like, when we are energetic shields, we don't take things personally. I keep on seeing, like, when we are energetic shields, we understand and identify our own energetic authenticity. So that's why I keep on seeing that this is a lot of the relationships that are approaching each other delicately, because remember how I said that some of these relationships, these are individuals in separation that have potentially been wounded by energy that was experiencing or working through something from a place of self-deception. And what does self deception often look like? Self deception is often the articulation of identifying the fact that one desires an energetic manifestation goal, but like, and this is often why we see this, because it's the understanding that the space by which we are ready to energetically embody that manifestation goal is one that we effectively welcome that or celebrate those changes. And so this is why I keep on seeing, like, and this is like this is almost like the conversation that I see that is happening right now for energy in separation. It's almost like the energy having conversations about having been wounded by energy that claimed that they wanted partnership, but they were too comfortable in the space of separation. Right? I keep on hearing, it's like it's a little bit of that, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't say you can't say, like, I keep on hearing, you can't say that you desire union while being actively in hermit mode. It's like, as I keep on saying, it requires, I keep on saying, it requires the ability to kind of step out of your energetic comfort zone. So there's a lot of, like, I feel like like there's a lot of healthy conversation that I see that is acting as foundation of a lot of these new relationships. And this brings us to the center card of today's spread, and this is going to be talking to us about those temperance partnerships that we're moving deeper, that are moving deeper into divine union right now. And these were coming together from about the time of they were coming together from about the time of the Uranus going retrograde before the eclipse, up until the solstice period. Center card for today's spread. Two cards coming out. Look at that. Nine of Cups in combination with our Page of Wands in its upright. So what are we seeing here in relationality to these two cards? So this is what I was talking about in relationality to the energy, recognizing that I keep on seeing that this is the energy that's almost apologizing for holding back on one another, is what I keep on seeing. There's something I keep on seeing there's something really energetically beautiful that's occurring there, because I keep on seeing it for the energy that's moving deeper into divine union. I keep on getting it's the ability to articulate upon um, the fact that they're going through a heart opening, or they're opening their heart more, because I keep on seeing it's like the observation of trying to articulate to one another that they had a feeling they were worried that each other were too good to be true, is what I keep on seeing. But this is what I meant in relationality to those partnerships coming together right now, because I keep on seeing the space by which they articulate and identify to one another the feeling of being too good to be true for one another was predicated upon the experiences that they had in the past, in relationality to being I keep wondering in being in relationality to being let down, right? And that's what I meant in terms of the energy potentially expounding more upon their history to one another, walking through those wounds together, because it's almost like the energy that's trying to articulate the meaning that they have for one another by being able to share the story of everything that they encountered before encountering one another. This brings us to the energy that is deep within divine union, and these are those magician partnerships that were coming together from about the time of and for the purposes of our readings, we always just read to the last energy that moved deeper into divine union. And so the purposes of our reading, That was the energy that was coming together from a period of the solstice up until the time of Mercury and Venus stationing direct behind Neptune. We have here our Six of Pentacles. In combination with the Justice card. This is just a reaffirmation that this energy right now is most difficult for the energy that is deep within divine union. I'll put it this way. For energy and separation right now, it's honoring the delicacy, right? It's honoring the delicacy of vulnerability. So there's a lot of sensitivity right now in separation. For the energy, these magician partnerships moving deeper into divine union right now, it's really hard because they're going through a maturation process. And what's hard about a maturation process, and the reason I keep on getting it's a maturation process, it's the ability to articulate and identify what is happening as it relates to some situations and circumstances outside of partnership, but not being able to do anything about it. Like that's what's so difficult with with a maturation lesson. It's like observing something and being like, I know what's happening, right? Because this is the energy that's almost reflective of their own past for reference, particularly and especially if these are relationships that are centering partnership in a way that they've never centered partnership before, right? The profound impact. When we center partnership, it often changes the orbit of the energy around us. And so that's why I keep on seeing that this is why there's a lot of the energy moving deeper into divine union right now that's healing their relationship to Saturn. Because when you're going, I keep on hearing, when you're going through a maturation process and you're having issues in relationality to having something that feels like an energetic celebration, but another person takes it personally, right? It's the hope that Saturn can effectively fix that, which is the understanding that certain lessons come to us as we continue to energetically mature. And so that's why I keep on seeing what's hard about a lot of those experiences is potentially having conversations in partnership, in relationality, to energy outside of relationship, not being energetically mature to handle the energetic relationship. So that's what I keep on seeing. That is what I keep on seeing that feels so frustrating for some of the energy that is deep within divine union. It's like the observation of something that is like, it's just it gets on your nerve. You can't do anything about it, but it's like, well, yeah, you're like welcome to an energetic maturity lesson. Continuing to get clarification between our Seven of Wands in combination with our Wheel of Fortune and its upright. Can I get one card to clarify, please? Clarification coming through right now with the Sun card. So I feel like I would not be surprised for some of the energy and separation right now. I feel like there's something really important that's happening. And I keep on getting this. And this is what I meant about this feeling like, and this is why this almost feels like further confirmation. I know this is going to sound bizarre, but the Sun card is almost giving me further confirmation that these are moon relationships that are coming together, because I want to show you that, and it has to do, it's funny because it's like, it has to do with navigating our own bizarreness is what I keep on seeing, right? The observation, right? The space, we are only bizarre insofar as we don't understand ourselves. Okay. Because the space by which we are able to articulate and amplify, and this is what I keep on seeing that is happening right now for the energy in separation, because, and I need to stress this, I almost feel like there's some energy in separation that was trying to move something into a deeper level of union, and another person getting literally like articulating to another person that they were being weird for doing that. That's the kind of stuff I'm seeing here, right? Like the space by which one, and this is what we keep on getting. It's a further conversation of understanding that healthy relationship is always logical. Okay, healthy relationship is always logical, which means when you're moving towards the next logical step, it is something that is energetically celebrated. But when you're in an unhealthy relationship and you try to do something logical, the energy will articulate that that is something that is bizarre, right? That you are being the energetic weird one because you're demanding things from something that another person doesn't want to change. So that's what I keep on seeing that is happening right now in the two different modalities of energy in separation, which is I keep on seeing the observation that if you articulate to another person, as long as you are clear, right? As long as you are clear in relationality to one's own intentions, as long as you are energetically clear, and this has a lot to do with the star card that we talked about last night. If you were in that class, and if you missed that class, you can find it over as a paid subscriber over on my stack. When we are energetically clear with ourselves in relationality to our manifestation goals, then when we take the next logic step, it feels like energetic celebration. But when we're not being clear upon our manifestation goals, we articulate that we energetically desire something, and then we start to move towards it, and then the energy starts acting weird about it. It can often be articulating upon spaces of self-deception, right? It's like that's often what we see in the space by which we understand the difference between what we articulate versus what we actually want. And this is why we work to heal the ego, because when we heal the ego, the energetic egoic space is in accordance with the higher self. It's the understanding of is good, feels good, is good, right? The space by which we welcome something forward that we're trying to bring forth. But when we're in more of the place of being energetically too complicated within the self, right? When we're too confused about the self, when we're too much in a space of questioning our own direction, then when we're trying to build into relationship and we're about to take the next logical step, right? Someone starts acting energetically weird. It's like, like somebody starts acting energetically weird, like things start getting weird, and it can often be indicative of the difference between what we articulate that we want to move towards versus what we're energetically ready for. And so that's why we keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy, right? And that's what I mean about the energy in separation. I like this because this is the energy that is working. Like this is the energy right now that is in separation, specifically working on understanding the self to be able to energetically clear the spaces of self-deception, which is the space by which we work to understand ourselves fully, even in the space of our energetic aversions. And it's interesting too, because it's conversation on triggers. It's not about getting rid of every trigger, right? Some triggers are there for a reason. We're supposed to be triggered about things. There are healthy triggers. There are things that are logical and reasonable to be triggered about. But and this is what's important, when we're not in a healthy space, right? The space by which we understand and navigate our healthy triggers that become our standards. When we're in a healthy space, our triggers are positioned where our standards are, right? Which is the space by which we feel energetically triggered when a standard that we hold isn't being held, right? So, and that's why I keep on seeing if these are situations by which another person was trying to get upset at another person for having a trigger, I almost see the energy in separation saying we're supposed to have them, but we're supposed to have a healthy trigger is in the space where we keep a standard, right? And this is what happens because and this is what's important because it's articulating upon, again, it's not to, the way you can usually identify a trigger and a standard and whether it feels like it's in energetic accordance to the self is in the space by which you say it's not too much to ask, right? It's the observation and recognition of what it is that we're trying to define and do in a better fashion. It's the ability to do so. It's the ability to put forth that energetic effort. So for a lot of the energy, I keep on seeing, and this is why we talk about the fact that when we're in a healthy space, we never match energy. Why would you ever match energy if someone is doing something or operating in a way that's below your standards? What is that? Okay, what is that? All you do, right? All you do in the space of matching another person energetically when they're not holding your standards is you've had, like, congratulations, they've gotten you moved off your standards. And so I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy and separation right now, the work of centering in this retrograde eclipse cycle is when someone goes low, we remember who we are, right? It's the space by which we understand that the proportionality of what we experience does not identify us, It's something that we energetically observe. And yes, sometimes it can create spaces of reactivity, but it is the reactivity that we are able to articulate and expound upon that allows us to be able to energetically do something more effectively. And so that's what I keep on seeing that's happening right now. And then what's wild is I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy, that is in separation, it's understanding the life-changing power of a hard conversation. Is what I keep on hearing. Which is the space, which is the space by which you try to energetically address something and another person says, I don't know what you're talking about. It's the observation of another person going, exactly. Which is it's the observation. It's the observation of another person going, exactly, right? It's the introspection and the level or degree of care that we bring to something that allows us to be able to do something in a more effective fashion. And so this is bringing us, for a lot of the energy and separation, I kept on seeing this is either the space by which one is energetically centering in relationality to being able to identify the manifestation goals that one holds and what one is trying to move towards, while also dispelling anything that feels like it's coming from the past, that feels like, I keep on hearing the things that come from the past that feel more oppositional, like feel more like the space of feeling like one needs to match something or meet something, as opposed to energetically holding something. And that's very interesting because I keep on seeing that that is working into the space of identifying and recognizing the self preciously. Now, for the energy that's moving deeper into divine union right now, and this is also talking to me about the delicate conversations. And I keep on hearing there's something about these relationships that are coming together right now, which is the identification point between delicate and fragile. How can you tell the difference between delicate and fragile? Delicate is when you navigate something delicately because you know that it is something that is difficult to articulate upon. Fragile is articulating upon something that creates a volatility point, right? And this is why I keep on hearing conversation often helps us see things more clearly, because when we are able to articulate upon something, and I keep on seeing it is the, and it's not, I keep wondering, it's not about not being volatile. It is the volatility for good reason, right? It is the volatility that allows the volatility that allows the space by which one is able to do something in a greater way, right? So it's a lot of that. I keep on hearing it's the volatility that fortifies because one is able to articulate upon why something has energetic meaning to the self, rather than looking for a reason or a cause to be energetically indulgent upon the emotions that one wishes to carry. Continuing to get clarification between our Wheel of Fortune, our Page of Wands, and our Nine of Cups in its upright. One card to clarify, please. We've got the Nine. Ooh, I like these two cards in combination right now. We've got the Nine of Swords in its reversal, in combination with the Nine of Cups in its upright. Let's talk a little bit, and I feel like what's interesting about this, and this is talking towards the energy that's moving deeper into divine union. I keep on hearing it's a conversation in relationality to proportionality. And what's beautiful about that is, and this is why I keep on seeing, remember when I said that for some of these relationships, those temperance partnerships, exploring or expounding upon something that they haven't explored or expanded upon before, the ability to articulate and derive meaning towards things is all I keep on seeing. The observation of being able to amplify and articulate what that work is. I keep on seeing, I keep on hearing, this is the energy that is telling the story to one another of what they were experiencing before they met one another. Because I keep on hearing it is the story of before, because again, going through this retrograde cycle, being able to energetically meet and expound upon meeting someone that is energetically exceptional. I keep on seeing it's the exceptionalism of, and I keep on saying and then this is what we mean about exceptional, right? Like this is the energy that's almost saying to one another, I've never met someone who articulates upon what they say and then goes and does it. I keep on seeing it. I say it, I do it, I say it, do it, right? It's the words that match the action, right? Because I keep on seeing that this is often how we experience wounds, right? A lot of the trauma that we experience, there's two different propulsions by which we can experience trauma. Either someone that does not traumatize us intentionally. Trauma that is not given to us intentionally is someone that does not recognize and identify. They're in the space of self-deception. Or it is the space or place by which we recognize and identify what it is, or it's a space by which we're not being completely true or articulate upon what our true manifestation goals are. So this is why I keep on seeing that these are those temperance relationships that are finding the words to articulate upon how much they mean to one another. This brings us into the energy that is deep within divine union. Clarification between our Page of Wands, our Nine of Cups, and our Six of Pentacles. These are those magician relationships that we spoke about. Ooh, we got the Eight of Pentacles here. This is nice. This is nice energy right now. I think a lot of the niceness that we're effectively seeing right now is a direct result of the fact, and I was kind of trying to articulate upon this, like Mercury moving into Libra, right? Mercury moving into Libra can create, like, it can create that state of energetic balance. It can create that state of being able to identify and recognize and just moving through things, um, moving through things in an energetically consistent fashion is what I keep on seeing. And this is what I meant. And this is what I meant about some of those magician relationships, like working upon or identifying, or building into, I keep on seeing like building into the context of developing energetic resolve about something is what I keep on seeing. Because and I got to stress this is what I meant in relationality to these magician partnerships, like working in the context of something that feels, I keep wondering, like something that feels confusing and complicated outside of partnership, right? Because I keep on seeing that when we're working through experiences and we articulate, like when we articulate upon something that feels like an energetic celebration point, but another person is being energetically reactive to it, it can, I almost feel like it's the energy that feels like trying to understand what another's manifestation goals are, right? Because I keep on seeing that this is what's so painful for some of these magician relationships. It's the, I keep wondering, it's the observation of, like, it's the observation and understanding of recognizing and identifying what feels energetically fortifying by the space or the place by which we're able to articulate and recognize and understand what it is that we energetically, like what it is that we energetically mean to one another, or how we express it. And so that's what I keep on seeing that's happening right now for a lot of these relationships, because I keep on seeing these magician partnerships may have, this may be the first time. I keep wondering, for some of these magician partnerships, I keep on hearing the energy almost saying they've been in relationship before, but it's never met. They've never, I keep wondering, they've never energetically centered the partnership like they've energetically centered the partnership that they're currently experiencing, right? Which is that I keep on hearing like the space by which the relationship is taken seriously. And that's what I keep on seeing, because remember I said that some of those relationships are moving deeper into divine union with a sense of rapidity. And this is why I keep on seeing that it's almost like the energy that is articulating not only the fact that there is relationship, but the seriousness of the relationship that is potentially revealing the quality and condition of the relationships outside of the partnership is all I keep on seeing. And so that's why I keep on getting like there's something very bittersweet that is potentially happening right now for some of those magician partnerships, because it's like I keep on seeing, it's like it's seeing something but not necessarily feeling like you can change it, but still like, and this is what I meant, it's like working with Saturn in the space of saying, can you handle that? I hope you can handle that. Continuing to get clarification between our Six of Pentacles in its upright in combination with our Justice card in its reversal. Woo, we got that Fool card. We got this Fool card in its reversal. I gotta tell you right now, there's like, I gotta tell you, I'm just reading for this. I'm just reading for this a little for the energy in separation. and the thing I keep on seeing is it has to do, it has to do it has to do with salt. It's giving me like it's interesting too because it has to do with saltiness. And I want to tell you, and I think it has a bit to do too with the fact that Uranus is in retrograde right now, which is, how do I describe this? How do I describe this best? Um, the space by which, and it has to do with proportionality. Now, the identification point of recognizing and identifying that things are energetically fortified by conversation. You'll recall that I spoke about the fact that there are a lot of energy and separation, that we're potentially experiencing a circumstance or situation where a lot of emotionality came up upon something, where there was an energetic standard, but another person not energetically respecting the standard and seeing someone emotional in the moment that they were being energetically fundamental about something may have created a little bit of this space of someone like energetically moving away from someone. That's why I keep on seeing that, like, if this is the energy that comes back towards one another during this retrograde, and I keep on saying it's not the fact that there isn't some fundamental restoration that is occurring in the vibration of this retrograde eclipse cycle, but it is the restoration as it relates to an overabundance of emotionality to something that was not proportional to what was happening. I would not be surprised if there's some relationships right now that are healing from experiences that happened dur- during another eclipse cycle, because often eclipse cycles trigger situations like that. We feel an overabundance of emotionality, but then with like a bit of like with something that was not energetically relevant, something that was not energetically important. Those can often be healed in the space of time because being able to take the accountability in terms of articulating something that was not called for, right? I feel like there is something there that feels like it's energetically restorative. But even there, I keep on seeing there's something like there's like it's like I keep on seeing it's the ability, and when we get, I keep on hearing when we receive that, it doesn't fix the trauma, but it helps us, like, the reason that feels so important is because it reaffirms our own energetic conviction and being able to understand, identify what it is that we're like, the full force of what it is of something that we're experiencing, that we're trying to resolve or heal within the self, right? um it's resolving is what I keep on hearing. Like the resolving apology is what I keep on seeing. While for energy that for the energy that is, and that's what I said, there may be a lot of cycles that are coming to a place of energetic closure during this eclipse and retrograde cycle. And some of those cycles that I effectively see or identify that may be coming into that space of closure right now have to do, I keep on seeing, with spaces or places wherein I keep on hearing the it's giving me the vibration of the I keep on hearing the mutable apology, right? And what is the mutable apology? Which is, I keep on hearing like the space by which it's the space by which um something like it's a space by which something continues, like continuously occurs, that articulates the energetic exhaustion upon something is what I keep on seeing. And that's what I keep on hearing in relationality to potentially this particular retrograde cycle bringing up conversations, right? It's like it's bringing up a conversation that allows one to be able to do something in a better fashion. So I either see, and that's what's interesting about it. And I need to point this out. What often happens when when we try to have a clarifying conversation, and that's what I mean. If someone's trying to have a clarifying conversation right now, and another person is treating them ubiquitously, right? Which is the space by which another person tries to clarify what is current occurring, and another person says, "I don't know what you're talking about." That is the closure, right there. That is the energetic closure point, is what I keep on seeing, because I keep on hearing when we can never be clearer and another person sees our clarity as ubiquity, then it is the observation of the deniability of something that is occurring that allows the I keep on hearing, it's like it's a giving, it's like it allows the space by which we identify and articulate and recognize that that is something that we're energetically healing from. So for a lot of like I keep on hearing, like, for a lot of energy, right? It's like, this is the energy that is healing. Like, this is the energy that is healing from energy playing dumb, is what I keep on hearing. This is the energy that is healing. This is the energy that is healing from the energy that is playing dumb. Because when we are playing dumb, then we're trying to make another person go numb. So I keep on hearing that for a lot of the energy, like, I see the energy being like like that's what I mean in terms of like the clarifying conversation. I see, like, I keep on hearing it's the okay that becomes a goodbye, is what I keep on getting. Continuing to get clarification between our Sun card and its upright in combination with our Nine of Swords and its reversal. Two cards coming out. We've got here the Knight of Swords in its reversal in combination with our Two of Pentacles in its upright. So let's talk a little bit, like, and this is giving me, this is what I'm seeing, you know, and I want to describe this right now. For the energy that is in separation right now, new relationships that are coming together, do you see why they're treading so carefully towards one another? Because I keep on hearing that there's something about the energy in separation that is healing in some profound way as it relates to another person's deniability, right? And that's what's so painful in relationality, to being able to articulate upon something and another person articulating upon. And this is what we sometimes get in relationality, to observing that we're experiencing a different reality than another, right? The reality that we energetically share is one that we energetically honor. It's the space by which we're able to articulate and express something that has meaning to us. And that's why I keep on seeing, if these are experiences, and this is why we talk about why passive aggressiveness will ruin everything. Because, and here's the thing about it, like when we are being energetically passive aggressive, right? We assume, like, it's almost the space by which we try to create trauma without being able to do the work to try to resolve something, right? Like, passive aggressiveness is one of the most toxic things that we experience as it relates to existence, because the space by which we are articulate, because you have to understand that anything that is healthy is something that can be conversed upon. It's something that can be spoken about. It's the observation of understanding and deriving meaning towards things and putting that energetic significance upon it. And so when we're navigating in spaces or places, or acting in ways that feel passive aggressive, it's the energetic insult in trying to make another person experience something that isn't happening, right? It's the observation. It is the nullification. It's the double-edged sword of the nullification in doing something that not only is energetically wounding, but also doing it in such a way that one is trying to take deniability in having an energetic feeling. It's awful. It's awful. It's a terrible way to live. It's a terrible experience. And that's why we work. And this is why we work on healing the energetic shadow, because you have to understand that the psyche is very defensive, right? The psyche is very energetically defensive. And so you have to understand, and that's what I mean in relationality. That's why I kept on telling you guys, don't take things that occur during this retrograde cycle personally, because there's a lot of stuff happening. And so for a lot of the energy, understanding and recognizing that when especially, and this is why I think that this always happens during retrograde cycles, this type of energy is literally, it magnetizes things. Something that would typically not bother you becomes a massive thing, right? It's all you can focus on. It's like, ah, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a magnifier. It magnifies things, right? And that's why I always tell you guys, like, it's not that you can't communicate upon something that's happening during the retrograde, but make sure it is intentional in relationality to what you are articulating upon. And a good way of identifying that, I always like to point out, a good way of identifying what is an inside versus outside problem of the self is the observation that if something is not easy to express or articulate to another, the work needs to happen in here. If it's something that's happening outside the self, then it's something that we can effectively articulate upon. And so what we're effectively seeing too is for a lot of the energy that we're seeing, and this is what I mean in relationality to these moon relationships that are potentially coming together right now. I keep on hearing the reason that these are potentially moon partnerships is the observation that when we're healing, we do the work so that you don't have to, right? Like that's what effective spirituality is, right? It's not the space by which we say, you're not good enough or you're not good enough. It's the understanding of recognizing that we do the work internally so that others don't have to put up with our to put up with our shadow. They don't have to put up with our nonsense, right? None of us are perfect in that way, right? None of us are perfect. And it's in the moment that we recognize and navigate our imperfection that we become sublime, because it's a space by which we understand that we're working to do something in the best way that we can. And even if we're not perfect in that way, that becomes that is the space. Like that is what humility actually means. Humility doesn't mean experiencing the space by which you think that you're awful. It's understanding and recognizing what the work is. It's trying to identify and be open and adaptable to something that you might not see in the self that you're working on doing in a better fashion, right? Like that's what humility means. It's the ability to calibrate. It's the ability to kind of resolve something. So for a lot of the energy that's doing this work right now, I feel like this is a retrograde, particularly for the energy in separation that allows the observation in being able to recognize and identify something that one could be doing in a better way, right? And I always see that those moments, right? It's hard, right? And I wouldn't be surprised right now if a lot of these relationships that are coming together right now are having those moments or those modalities of having heart to hearts, right? I keep on seeing that's what the like this is very coming, these relationships coming together right now. It's delicate stuff, right? It's feeling the intensity of a lot of volatility as it relates to the energetic polarity that we're experiencing in combination to the retrograde and the eclipse cycle happening at the same time. And so that's why I keep on seeing that for the energy that is coming together at this time, they're doing so very delicately. They're filling each other out. And for the energy that's moving deeper into divine union, I keep on seeing that for the energy that's moving deeper into divine union, it's almost the conversation that they're having to one another. And I keep on hearing like it's like the energy is almost saying to one another. And it's interesting too, because I said energy. I tried to say energy and it came out as energy. But it's the space by which they almost say to one another, those temperance relationships, you'll have to forgive me if I was holding, if I was restraining myself because of past wounds, because I didn't recognize or realize that you were energetically exceptional, right? And this is why we talk about the fact that heart opening processes take time, because I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy, like working through those wounds, building into that force of energetic resolve. I keep on like I almost hear the energy like almost saying to one another and saying I never thought I'd find someone like you. Like this is literally, that's what I mean. Like I almost hear like this energy almost like saying to one another, like they're telling each other the full expand of how they had almost abandoned hope before they had come across one another. Now, for the energy that is the energy moving deeper into divine union right now, and you'll recall for a lot of this energy moving deeper into divine union right now, we're speaking specifically upon those magician relationships. This is more difficult because I keep on seeing it's an amplification of recognizing and identifying something that's potentially happening outside of partnership that they can't necessarily change, but they understand fully, is what I keep on seeing. Clarification between the Nine of Swords in its reversal and the Eight of Pentacles in its upright. Yeah, there's that Page of Cups, right? It's a lot of, I keep on saying, it's a lot of the observation and the reason I keep on seeing that this energy is going through a maturation process is the energy is almost looking at one another and saying, I remember feeling that way. I remember experiencing that. It's the energy going on. The energy is seeing something out of partnership that they can't change, but almost observing and recognizing the fact that they understand it profoundly. It's a maturation process. And that's why I keep on hearing they're working through Saturn lessons. Because when we see, I keep on saying, when we see something that we identify, but we also know we can't force the wisdom into it, it's the energy that says, I hope they'll energetically come around to it. Continuing to get clarification um, in between the Eight of Pentacles in combination with our Fool card in its reversal. One card to clarify, please. We've got here the World card. And so what are we seeing? What are we seeing right now with the World card? How do I describe this best? The World card, a lot of the space that we identify with the World card for the energy that is in separation right now. And this is what I mean about working through this retrograde process. We center ourselves by remembering who we are, right? It's the space by which we find that modality or that moment of being able to articulate and amplify like what it is that we're trying to do, who we are, like that space by which we recalibrate. And I keep on seeing I almost feel like there's something about this particular retrograde eclipse process that feels like an energetic recalibration. And the reason I keep on observing that it feels like an energetic recalibration is because it's the observation. I keep on seeing, and I like to point this out, and this is often what happens in relationality to Neptune and Saturn both retrograding together, right? Like often, and it's happening for masculine and feminine. Bearing in mind, this is not based on gender, but what one feels most aligned to. When we have those modalities or those experiences by which we feel that determination point of the past that potentially pulls us back, or when we feel those moments where we're trying to rush ahead in terms of who we aspire to be, the ability to center within the context of the self, right? The ability to find clarity in terms of building into the center of the self. I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy right now, and this is what I mean about Mercury kind of being in Libra, it allows for a lot of that. Like I want to say, it's the consistency that one is able to navigate, even going through the ebbs and flows energetically of the retrograde eclipse cycle. Because I kept on telling you guys that this energy right now is incredibly spiky. Something's going and then it's not. Something's going, everything's working until it doesn't, right? It's a lot of this, but being able to kind of find that energetic balance point, even as we're going through the rockiness of the energy, is its own breakthrough point. So I'm going to say this again. I'm going to say this firmly. You don't need to activate in every energetic cycle. Every energetic cycle is not a calling. Okay. If all you need to do right now, if all you need to do as you're going through this energy is just feel even keeled, I want you to appreciate how important that is. I want you to understand and recognize how wonderful that is. let that help you as we go through a lot of this work. Because again, one of the things that we see particularly, and I would like to tell you that the energy is going to calm down, but it's probably going to amplify because we're also coming towards that new moon that's also during the solar eclipse, that's going to feel it's going to feel very energetically intense. Now, continuing to get clarification between our Knight of Swords and its reversal and our Two of Pentacles in combination with our Page of Cups and its upright, we've got here the Ace of Wands and its reversal. I feel like one of the messages I keep on seeing with this type of retrograde eclipse is understanding, always patient, never waiting, which is something that I keep on hearing across all of the frequencies right now. And it has to do with the space by which I keep on seeing how we're in the context of doing work upon the self. We don't energetically wait upon things. And why do we not wait upon things? Because when we're and this is, I keep on hearing, this is how hope is not found in waiting for things to energetically adjust or accommodate. Hope, and we talked a lot about this in yesterday's class on the star card, which you can find over on my stack. Hope is something that we craft with our hands, right? When things are feeling less than perfect, we don't turn aversion away from it, right? I keep wondering, like, we don't turn our nose from it. And this is why, like, this is often what happens. And this is why some of this energy has been feeling very difficult, because it's healing the understanding or the call of perfection. And this is something that often those with a lot of Virgo placements have to work through, right? Because sometimes when you can picture perfect in your head, it feels like a crux, right? When you have a perfect picture in your head, I bet it can sometimes feel like a miserable experience, because everywhere you go, you're like, "Ugh." like this is not what I want. But that's the thing. You have to understand. It's a magical moment. Imagine the beauty of having the gift of being able to see perfect in things. Imagine that gift. Because when we stop beating ourselves up upon the fact that we can see something perfected, and instead of coming into the space of being critical about the fact that something doesn't match what's in our head, but instead see that as an energetic calling, right? The gift that's placed in us, that's what we call a vision, right? When we understand that perfection is a vision and a calling, we don't hold others accountable for it. We understand and observe that it is the ability to give towards it, right? It's the accommodation point by which we're able to try to help bring something into energetic being. So I feel like this is really important as it relates to the energy and separation right now, because I keep on seeing that I would not be surprised if there's energy in conversation that is having very specific conversations in relationality to manifestation goals. Because I keep on hearing the same message for the energy and separation. A conversation and manifestation goals only breaks unhealthy partnership. Yeah, you're right. Talking about manifestation goals will ruin things. They'll ruin the best things possible. Talking about your manifestation goals will potentially break something. It'll break an unhealthy relationship. It'll break something that has a different standards than you, right? But that's the thing about it. And this is why we talk about the understanding that sometimes the ability to navigate something through difficulty is something that helps to heal us. Because I keep on hearing, the hard conversation that brings clarity. Working towards a manifestation goal isn't the space by which we wait for another person to change their mind about something. It's the space by which we say, okay, we resolve ourselves to something, and then we continue forward, right? It's the observation that space, that's what we mean by always patient, never waiting, which is the space by which we say, okay, it's cool, you feel like that. I'm going to proceed forward. It's the understanding that adaptability occurs, but not getting hard on ourselves because someone won't change. And this is the worst thing that happens in manifestation goals, is when we hold on to something and we demand a manifestation embody in someone that it does not want to embody in. You know what I mean? You're grabbing something, you're trying to say, like, turn into this. You know what I mean? Turn into this. And this is why we don't put our manifestations in the energy of the person. We put it in what it is we're energetically seeking. Because when we find the healthy partnership that allows us to be the full blush of who we are, we become energetically exceptional. So everything we keep on seeing here, a lot of the energy, right? And I feel like this is what's so hard for some of the energy and separation. I almost feel some energy that's coming back to someone in separation and saying, are you done yet? And what is the healthy energy saying? You mean, am I done being me? Right? Potentially. And this is what's hard when we recognize that someone's trying to embody a manifestation in us that we are not in alignment to. It's often articulated by the space of saying to another person, I know you love me, but I don't know if you particularly like me. Right? The force of alignment is not one that we say, I care about you, but you better change. It's the space by which we feel the vibration and energetically celebrating who we are, right? We don't pin our manifestations in the embodiment of others becoming what we desire them to be, but rather, again, amplifying the fact that love is the space of allowing someone to honor the choices that they want to make. Only, and again, recognizing and understanding that your choices should not come at the harm of another living person. That the space by which a healthy manifestation goal is one that we can mutually share is where we find ourselves held, seen, and supported. And so that's why I keep on seeing that potentially, and this is what I mean for some of these relationships that are coming together right now, the delicacy that's potentially occurring is working towards something in such a way to be able to navigate whether energy is authentic in relationality to the standards that they're articulating to one another. Because when we are energetically clear, we don't give each other false standards, right? Why would you do that? Why would you build into a context where you're articulating you want something that you don't want? That's how you build a world of misery for yourself. The space by which we understand and identify ourselves is how we create a healthy life. It's how we become clear within and how we become clear without, because it's the articulation of being able to be clear in terms of what we want that allows us to be able to find the things that we're energetically looking for. Continuing to get clarification between our Page of Cups and the World card, we've got here the Knight of Cups in its reversal. So and this is what's so hard right now. This is what's happening right now for the energy that's deep within divine union. Because for the energy deep within divine union, remember I told you, they're centering like they've never centered before. They're centering partnership like they never centered before. And they're noticing weird energy outside of partnership. And when we notice weird energy outside of partnership, when we're centering partnership like we never have before, it creates the space of having to navigate and recognize whether another's manifestations are in alignment with our own. And that's why I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy doing that work, that observation, that recognition, I keep on seeing like it's bittersweet. Like I see the energy that is understanding. Like I literally see the energy moving into deeper into divine union. Those magician parts are just going, we're going through a maturation process. Like they're not, and what do we often say? Like what is the energy saying potentially as they're moving through a maturation process? They're looking at something outside of partnership and saying they're not energetically maturing. They're not energetically mature enough to handle the energetic partnership, is what I keep on seeing. Continuing to get clarification between our Ace of Wands and its reversal in combination with our Knight of Cups and its reversal. We've got here the Devil card. Okay, let's talk about this. So the one thing that we're recognizing and identifying right now, and this is what I meant in relationality to this type of energy. And this is why I kept on saying right now, don't take things personally during this retrograde process. Okay, this retrograde eclipse cycle is the perfect place to be able to project things. Okay, you know why? Because I'm going to tell you right now, and the thing about it is actually it's Chiron and Eris being in retrograde together. And what does Chiron and Eris in retrograde together happen? What does that mean? Something that one person does innocuously that triggers you on the most profound level that that beyond anything that you may recognize, right? The space by which we understand that others don't know others don't carry our triggers, feeling energetically triggered by something that another person may not necessarily even recognize, did not even energetically intend to do. And that's why I keep on seeing that for a lot of the relationship or a lot of the circumstances or situations right now, the ability, I keep on hearing the understanding the work of honoring the feelings is not the space by which you do something because you felt something. Okay, because you could eat a bad sandwich, you could be in a mood. Like, don't be reactive because of the mood that you're energetically in. Understand that moods are changeable, right? Who we are is fundamental. But ironically, when we are too reactive to our moods, that is who we are, right? It's the space by which we understand and recognize that temperament is not the space by which we articulate upon something. It is the observation of it that allows us to be able to kind of work through things. And the thing about it, I'm telling you right now, you've probably seen it. Everybody's all up in their feels right now. Of course they are. Aries is in retrograde. Everything in Aries is in retrograde. Nobody's got time for anything. Wants to take things personally. And I'm not saying that there aren't things that you should or should not be taking personally right now, but make sure that you're navigating them compassionately. Make sure you're navigating them compassionately. And navigating things compassionately is being able to understand the force of intention in relationality to being able to articulate upon something that means something to us. It's the space by which we amplify and articulate the meaning of something. So, and I keep on seeing that is the space by which we have those healthy conversations. And I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy doing that work, there's healthy resolution that's occurring in this retrograde process. But it's the type of energy, like this is a type of retrograde that helps us identify what the work is. Bottom of the deck on today's reading, The star card. So star card, and that's wild because as you may know, we just did the star class. It occurred last night. You can find that recording over on my Stack if you're a paid Stack subscriber. It's a conversation, and it's something that's really important that came up right now, and it actually harkens back to something that was said in yesterday. Yesterday there was a question that was given to me in relationality to a question about the star card. And it's a misconception that we actually have with the star card. And the misconception was the space by which we identify and recognize. Someone asked me, they said, is the star card a card of, is the star card an attention seeking card? Is it a card about attention seeking? And I actually clarified. I said, I think that that's a misconception in relationality to the star card. When it comes to attention, right? When it comes to the generation of attention, we see that more in the Hierophant card, right? That's a card that's more about attention. But what's interesting, and I like to point this out, and this is a perfect kind of observation to kind of take with us out of this reading today. The reason that the star card is considered attention seeking is because they're disrobed. Is this energy doing anything to try to generate attention beyond just being in their authenticity, right? And the fact, and this is again, the fact that others sometimes see this card and their response to it is to say that the star card is attention seeking. It's the energy that often tells on themselves, right? Because when we see someone in their authenticity, right? This is just someone just pouring some water, and we articulate that the card is something that is energetically attention seeking. It talks more about the gravitas by which we are looking towards authenticity. Authenticity is gravitating, but we cannot punish those that are energetically authentic due to the gravity that they uphold in terms of finding their authenticity. But often this is what happens in the space of simply existing, right? You're just trying to go about your business and someone says, stop taking so much attention. And you're like, what? And this is why, right? And this is why it's often difficult, because when we are authentic, we often become the center point of others' projections, right? And it's the space. And this is why when we do the work effectively, right? When we're doing the work effectively, we navigate and recognize the difference between how we feel about things versus what someone is trying to bring out in us. And the observation, right? The observation between the difference between something that is stirred up within us in terms of observing something versus something that another person is intentionally trying to stir up in us is the difference between being compassionate versus being dispassionate, right? Because when someone is trying to stir something up in you, they're being energetically dispassionate, which is the space of trying to get you energetically triggered to be energetically volatile, versus being compassionate is recognizing something that one feels energetically triggered about that has absolutely nothing to do with the person and has more to do with the self. So I feel like there's a lot of that work that is coming up in this retrograde period. I would not be surprised if you're feeling like you're dealing with a lot of people's either projections or working through a lot of self-reflection. Make sure that you're doing it with the most important thing, which is holding compassion for the self in the process. And that doesn't mean you have to be nice about everything. Compassion is communicating upon something that has meaning to the self. That is our daily collective read for today. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and experiencing it. Just a reminder, if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can book one on my site. Please keep in mind, if you book a private reading with me, it is a two-step process. You have to book the reading, you have to pay for the reading. Please make sure you do both if you'd like to have that reading. Most importantly, please remember that I will never, ever, 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 ever reach out to you for a private reading. I'll never DM you. I'll never PM you. I'll never slide into your inbox and tell you that I have a very important message that only I can deliver. The only way you can book a reading with me is if you book one on my site. So I encourage you to do it there. A couple of updates before we move into personal readings today. First and foremost, thank you to everyone who attended our class on the star card last night. I had such a wonderful time going over that card with you. If you missed our live class, you can still find it as a paid subscriber over on my Stack. Your subscription will give you access to that recording. You'll also have access as a monthly subscriber to over 9 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library class program. You'll also have access to our next tarot class, which is going to be held live on Wednesday, October 15th at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll be continuing our studies into the tarot with a focus on the moon card. I also want to let you guys know that if you become, you'll also have access to a one-on-one chat with me to ask any questions you may have in relation to any of those classes. And now is a beautiful time to join, because while I do my best to give you updates on everything we've studied, so you don't need to catch up, you could take the time right now to be able to take as many of those classes as you want between now and the next class. If you become a founding member to my stack, not only will you receive a discount on the whole year's worth of classes, you'll also have full access to the entirety of the Tarot Church Library class archive. That is access to over 18 hours worth of material in an ever expanding library. You'll also have access to the option of receiving a one-on-one mentorship class with me, where I will meet with you personally to assess where you are on your own personal tarot journey and give you the best insights in terms of how to utilize those classes to the best of your advantage, moving towards your tarot goals going forward. One of the things I tried to do in these classes was make them accessible to the absolute novice tarot reader as well as the seasoned reader. There's definitely something there for everyone. Don't let your lack of experience or your robust experience prevent you from joining us in these classes. And even if you don't become a paid subscriber to my stack, I would encourage you to follow me there to stay up to date on any new offerings or services. I also post my weekly newsletter there, which will let you know about my in-person events as well as my online live schedule. I also want to let you guys know that on top of my standard life path readings, I also offer mentorship classes. You can purchase these. These are for any of my students who are seeking a more personalized educational experience with me. I take a very limited number of students for this reason, as those classes are focused on each individual's personal spiritual goals and journey work. Those classes can be purchased on an individual level or as a monthly class series, weekly or bi-weekly, as your schedule permits. Also, for my students that are seeking more consistent weekly tarot support, I'm very happy to offer weekly tarot insight packages. That is a package of 4 30-minute readings, again, weekly, bi-weekly, as your schedule permits, so that you can stay more consistent on your personal journey. I'm also very happy to now offer dream interpretation readings. You can purchase these per dream or as a series. If you purchase the series, I would encourage you to keep a dream journal, as we will meet weekly or bi-weekly with that journal and utilize the tarot to understand the key themes and messages coming towards you in the dream space. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages, and we will do this again tomorrow. That is our daily collective read. We are going to get started on personal readings. The list is closed today, but if you'd like to get on the list for tomorrow, you can be added to the list. I am going to also give our giveaway to away winner. Kath, congratulations. You got our highest gifter today. You will have that eligible for a reading tomorrow. And congratulations, Bridget. You came in second, so you will have an additional card in your reading. As I mentioned, the list is closed today, but if you want to get on the list for tomorrow, you can get on the list. You'll be the second person read for. I'm going to take a few minutes to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Excellent. Yes, the list is closed today, but if you want to get on the list for tomorrow, Esteban, I'm happy to add you to the list. A wizard is never late. They always arrive exactly on time. I like that. Yes, what can be done better? Life is growth. Tap to claim. You started late, never late. Yes, exactly. And I'm going to cry. Oh, Emily, welcome, dear. Sometimes I find that hearing that there will be talks or messages so painful. Sending you support, Rainbow. About to head out for my festivities. Oh, I hope you have a beautiful day, V. Going to the park and getting vegan ice cream. That sounds awesome. I've heard that for so long now, like over a year, and yet complete silence. Sending you support, Heather. Make sure that you're working on those manifestation goals. Much love to you as well, V. Enjoy your day. And thank you, Jai, for the follow. You're so welcome, V. And beautiful, thank you for the follow. I know it's spiky wushu. It is, but it is a calling, Sin. It is. Sending you support, Bridget. Like are all these other people out there getting messages and having conversations and reconciliation, sending you support, Rainbow. Again, this is depending on where you find yours. Like I feel like there's a lot of energy right now that's working in separation on like, and I keep on seeing like the thing about like some of this, like the thing with this like devil energy right now, it's like letting go of the projections of others on the self, right? And I keep on seeing like, and I keep on feeling like there's something I'm almost identifying here, right? And this is sometimes what feels really painful. Again, this is when you can tell when another person is projecting on you, when you say like, what would you have me do? And another person says, be a different person, right? Like that's those moments you have to like look at something with like sympathy or almost like a sense of proximity. And Kat, thank you for those gifts, dear. Why will it break? Why will it break that? Simply by sharing a goal or desire. Exactly, Esteban. When it doesn't resonate means I've gone off the map, not in a negative way, but I'm on my own quest. I love that, Kay. And guys, please thank Kay for all of their help modding today. Thank you. Make sure to give Kay some love. The side quest isn't always fun. Often it's full of adversity. Sending you so much support on that journey, Kay. I have those energy and thoughts lately. Okay, it goes back to holding my standard and not lowering them for the sake of wanting love. No, healthy love is not going to require you to lower your standards. But as long as, I keep wondering, as long as your standards are proportional to what you expect or desire from another person, right? The standard, the way we fortify our standards are reasonable. The way we fortify our standards are not ridiculous, but reasonable is the space by which we would gladly give them to another. This is what I keep on getting. Yes. I love that. We are the lighthouse to have to claim. That's how I feel about my family. I love you, but I don't necessarily like you. And I feel like, you know, like the space by which we understand, but I need to point this out, right? And Nikki, this is where I keep on seeing the work begins, right? It's not enough to just say you don't like something. It's understanding what you don't like, which is the observation of being able to articulate. And that's what I keep on seeing. Typically, a healthy thing that we don't like is something that's not energetically meeting our standards, but also the fact that we've done the work in recognizing whether our standards are reasonable. Yes. Don't wait for the hope, but never give up that it may be there. Tap to claim, Kay. It's an easy habit, especially for us neurodivergents. You will attract to it meant for you by amplifying you. Tap to claim, Bridget. I am pinning that right there. Oop, one moment, please. And Brittany, thank you for sharing the live. Always appreciate when you guys share the live. That is where I am for what it's worth. Sending you support on that journey, Heather. And I just let go when I didn't set someone value or respects me, or rather walk away from them. Exactly. Beautifully said, Kath. That's a beautiful way of describing it. Absolutely. And Brittany, thank you for sharing the live. Always appreciate when you guys share the live. No, this is, and I got to stress this though, like this is literally like we were talking about this in yesterday's class, like these two cards in correlation, right? It's like the energy that says like, stop doing that. And you're like, what am I doing? Being you. What? It's like, what? Huh? Absolutely. Whoop, hold on a minute. You know, like what, huh? Yes. Yes. Patience is for the right person. Beautifully. Patience is a gift that we give one another. Exactly. Anything doesn't cover it means I need a detailed map. That's beautifully said. This is not just about Daily Collective here. I see these messages everywhere. Sending you support on that dream rainbow. I'm working on it. I know. Here's like, listen, and this is the thing, Mel. It's not the fact that we can't take things personally. It's the ability to articulate why, right? It's the ability to define why we take something personally. Yes, interesting. I find it common in spiritual community. Never settle for less than what you want yourself would give to another. Beautifully said, Bridget. The triggers seem everywhere, and I just want to go in. I know. The desire to hermit right now, it's very high. It's you know, it's rough right now. This energy's rough. I've gone hermit mode. I'd say it has mixed results. I didn't get triggered when the lady messed up my order four times. Oh my gosh, you are a saint, Mel. Yeah, don't go to the grocery store hungry, and don't go on a dating. Yeah, beautiful point. And thank you guys for supporting each other in the comments. Excellent. And Adina, thank you for sharing the live. Always appreciate when you guys share the live. Guys, I had a beautiful conversation with Adina last year. You can find it over on their site and over on my stack. I'm happy to pin you up, Adina, if you want to comment. I know I love the star card too. I'm much worse than that. I'm expecting to find love still in full hermit mode. You got to push out of that comfort zone, Esteban. I get that too. It feels like being a hermit makes us lonely too. Star card. Julia, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. I was about to say the star card seems so authentic. That's the thing. It's about authenticity, but it's often misaligned because it has to do, right? Often, I think it's wild that there's a misinterpretation of seeing the star card minding their business. The poor little star card just minding their business. Someone's like, stop saying, like it's a card about attention. A lot of DoorDash. Amazing. Thank you, Adina. Just like the hermit card, there are pros and cons to all energy. Beautifully said. And we talked a lot about that in last night's class. I've been looking up ways to find local friends. That's beautiful, Heather. Continue to do that work. We need to go out of hermit mode and find the sun. I love that. Antagonistic, yes. Antagonistic. I'm just remembering the chat last night. Leviticus. Yes. I find crochet and knitting circles. Oh, that's beautiful. Continue to always doing the shadow work. Going on dates with yourself is a beautiful way to meet others. Saturday, absolutely. Oh, a Virgo date. I love that. I know there's a lot of antagonism right now, but that's why, again, when someone tries to provoke you, remember who you are. Okay. Hold on a minute. A lot of, yeah, we've got a few extra. All right. And look at them. Yes. Make a cappuccino. Enjoy. I love that, Rainbow. I didn't go to the star card meeting, but the pre-party. Oh, I'm so glad you like that, Esteban. I want to start doing more of those because that was really fun. I definitely want to see if we can do more of those. Hi there, Phoenix. Welcome. I felt like the reading was about me. Thank you for being here and receiving these messages, Chrissy. I hope this helps you take something important today. If it felt like it was in alignment to you. Hermit mode equals Virgo. I get that. Yeah, Virgos have a tendency of going into hermit mode. Yep. Almost done. But I like the fact, you see, that's very hermit of you. That's very Virgo of you to know exactly the time that you're going to be coming out of hermit mode. That's very Virgo. Hi, we are live. Welcome, Per. I probably am way too late. The list is closed today, Per. I'm taking people on the list for tomorrow. Yes. She started in-person meeting. I was curious. I might have missed the first part of your message, Marissa, because that's all I saw. I just saw she started in-person meeting. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, she stated an in-person meeting. Okay. Oh man, I joined again right at the end. It's okay. You know where it is. It'll be up on the place where we keep the videos and photos. I'm not sure what, I think I missed the first part of your message, Marissa, so I can't tell if it's prying or not. Yes. Oh, you're asking if you can read with me personally. I do. Well, you can book private readings and I read digitally. So if you're somewhere far away and you want to have a one-on-one, you just need to go to my site. Sin, you tried to send via sub, but you asked, oh dear, I don't know how to, I don't know how to fix that. I can look into it. Absolutely. I won't let me send any, it's not letting you send subscriptions. I'll see if that's something we can work on. I missed you too, Per. Love and abundance to you as well, Marissa. I do feel like what led to breakdown was setting boundaries about changing my nature. But here's the thing again, and I need to point this out. There are things that we are always actively working to change in our nature, right? Making sure that we're in alignment with what we're trying to change in our nature versus what another person aspires to see change within us, right? That's what we talk about with alignment. Big love to you as well. Thank you guys. Boundaries were not met, showing emotions or being hyperverbal or asking for emotional support. Again, I'm sending you like limiting number of words. I was limiting a number of words I was allowed to use in conversation. Yeah, that sounds very intense, Heather Rainbow. Like, I don't know if again, recognizing if something like that is in alignment to you, right? I like my hermit mode. I'm a Cancer. Yeah, I know. Cancers love hermit mode. It's getting Cancers out of hermit mode. Is hermit more Cancer or Scorpio? Oh, definitely more. No, not Scorpio. No, not. I mean, the funny thing is Scorpios can go into hermit mode, but they can't stay there. It was extremely hard to go against my nature. Absolutely. But here's the thing. I'm going to tell you, Rainbow, healthy relationship isn't going to force you out of your nature. It's the space by which you understand and recognize what you're working to resolve, right? It's being able to identify what it is that you're trying to aspire for. I've been thinking about dance classes. Oh, that's awesome, Marissa. Getting out and doing, hold on a minute. Getting out and doing more for myself sounds great. I'm happy others are doing that. Continue to do that work. I sort of felt like boundaries were a way of pushing me away and end things. And I need to point this out. The space by which we honor each other's boundaries is also like not trying to force, like making sure someone's not trying to force a connection by articulating a boundary and then overriding it. Resonates. Projections from others while in authenticity. Thank you as well, Christina. I asked about this city. Maybe, no, I mean, again, so I think you were just asking whether I do in person. I do events. And sometimes when I have events, the best way you can keep track on when I'm doing in-person events for readings is to follow me over on my Stack. because I post my newsletter there, which I notify you of any new events I may be hosting where you can have a reading from me in person. Thank you for the follow, Marissa. I'm the most introverted extrovert person you'll ever meet. I think they just created a new, I was reading an article about outroverts. It's like a new status. You're welcome, Marissa. Someone's got to be out doing the work out there. Absolutely. Okay, friends, hold on a minute. Recognize that people wanted me to be quiet because I expose things. Sending you support, Marissa. I'm going to book. Oh, that's great. Well, the thing is, I don't really have a location right now, Bridget, where I'm doing in-persons. But I will say I do like in-person events. So if you want to like have me for an event, I'm always willing to come out for that. I love that. My grandma, hold on a minute. My grandma tried, 1 minute. Where'd it go? I'm going to be sending you guys some information about doing potentially a retreat as well. I asked about this. Yep, absolutely. Hold on, I'm just catching back up. Recognizing people wanted me, yep, sending me support there. Hold on. So that the person, I hope you find others. So to that person, I hope you find others who appreciate you. Yep. Excellent. Well, and that's the thing about it. Like, that's the thing. Like, again, it's not the space by which we force things. We just understand and recognize what is proportional. All right. Oh, you saw that article too, Trina? That's cool. Yeah, I want to check that out more. I was very intrigued by it. Oh, you'll be here for Christmas. Fun. We can we shall see. Yes, a retreat, a retreat. All right, friends. We're going to get started on personal readings. I've got the list is closed today. So we're doing 3 personals today, and then we're going to get into 1 card readings for subscribers. If you would like to have a reading tomorrow, you can get on the list for tomorrow, and I'll add you to the list. The list will also be small tomorrow. All right, the first person we are reading for today is Dada. Dada, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know. And when we get to 50K likes, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective, so make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 50K in no time. All right. Dada, could you let me know if we're doing a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer? Oh, Dada's not here. Dada's always here. It's finally time for Dada's reading and they're not here. Man, okay. Moving. All right, we'll see if Dada comes back. Dada! All right. Next person on the list then is Nikki. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Trishina, for being here and being a part of the collective. Not Trishina. Nikki, can you let me know if we're doing a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer? All right. And again, what I'm also going to be asking moving forward right now is if you would like a 1 card, I would like you to take this time right now, if you have a moment, to head over to our subscriber only Disco channel and to please comment in the Disco channel. Hold on a minute. Please make sure that you comment in the Disco channel the fact that you are subscribed. You can just put, I've got the sub call out there. You can just put an emoji there to confirm that any emoji you want in the Disco to confirm that you are subscribed will allow you to have the 1 card reading. Okay. Oh, I can bump you. Excellent. No problem, dear. Okay, so we're going to pause on Nikki. In that case, we are reading for Grace. Grace, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And no worries, Nikki. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Alexander, for confirming your subscription. Thank you, Haley, for confirming your subscription. Thank you, Bridget, for confirming your subscription. All right. And Bethany, thank you so much for the follow. Actually, wait. Okay. Actually, no, you can bump me. All right. If Grace is not here. Oh, thank you so much, Esteban. We're what? Absolutely. Okay. In hindsight, it did not feel good in any way. Oh, sending you support, Rainbow. How are we confirming subscription? So, Minnie, thank you for the cat. So all I'd like you to do is if you're going to be having a 1 card reading in the sub call out section in the Disco, just go ahead and put a GIF and that will confirm that you're eligible for the 1 cards right now. Excellent. All right. So I don't see Grace here right now either, So we're just going to go straight into one card readings for subscribers right now. I don't know how to do that. Oh, you mean you don't know how to get into the disco? Oh, Melly, your kitty. I love her. Oh, I like this. This is fun. I'm getting cat pics. I'm asking for gifts and reaping all of the benefits. Oh, Nikki's back. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, I'm going to start doing some one cards as I wait for Nikki's question. And yes, Hannah, can we do my hold from the 11th if you have time? I think we can definitely accommodate that today, Hannah. Let me just find it. Please hold. One sec. Boop, boop, boo. Yep, I got you, Hannah. All right, I'm adding you back on the list. Excellent. So long as others don't pop in who are on the list, I can accommodate that reading today. Okay, perfect. If I made a mistake, then I would get silent treatment. No, you see, that's not okay. Rainbow, I'm sending you so much support healing from that. Subscription here in the app, or no, the subscription here on the app. Yep. So Esteban, if you go into your perks for being a super fan, you should have access to a subscriber only Discord channel that's available there. And you should be able to find it there. We are going to be making some changes in terms of the subscription program in the next few days, but this is how, for the moment, this is how we're accommodating being able to confirm subscribers right now. One card for Alexandra. And guys, please also make sure that if you are a subscriber who would like if you would like a animal spirit guide card, please make sure to also recharge your heart needs. Appreciate it. Thank you, Alexandra, for recharging that heart knee. One card around the vibes, around the dates, laid back approach. A little too laid back. I feel like it's somebody who is trying really hard to be cool, is what I'm getting. You know? Like it's giving me it's giving me it's like it's giving me somebody who was like really trying to be energetically like, wait a minute, like really laid back, right? Animal spirit guide. Yeah, you know what, like I feel like I need to send you a message offline about it, because it's a little like it's like really chill. You know what I mean? It's real. It was like there's something about it, you know? Hi, Nikki. Yes, hold on a minute. Oh my God! Thank you. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, right? I think we're. I think I don't. I think I like. You know what I'm. I think we're talking about the same. Yes, it's confirmation. I think it's, yeah, absolutely. That's funny. Yes. Okay. Thank you. You know exactly what I love that. I love that. I love that we are on that link. Okay. I love that we're on that link. Hold on a minute. 1 second. I'm farming cat pics. Hold on a minute. I just got to go back for a minute. Okay. So Esteban, is there any, so if you go, is there a button? Can you guys help Esteban tell them what they need to hit to be able to find the link to the disco? Okay. All right, wait, I'm here. Okay, one card, yes, highest priority, please. And guys, please remember to recharge your heart needs if you want an animal spirit guide card. Don't get into you're getting too in your head about something. Everything went just fine. Why are like this retrograde is the retrograde of second guessing the self. Everything, like, if it, like, don't assume problems. Don't assume problems where problems don't exist. Yeah, I almost feel like I keep on seeing um don't take someone's exhaustion personally, is what I keep on seeing, you know? Like I almost see somebody, that like is just trying to prioritize rest right now. Bottom of the deck, animal spirit guide card. Yeah, especially with the eagle. I like to stress healthy energy is always, if there's something wrong, you'll tell me, right? The observation of not having to overread into things. So I keep wondering, I feel like you're healing from some kind of trauma and relationality to having to like overread into situations. Healthy energy is not going to require you to overread into things. 2 cards for Bridget, please, for the weekend. This feels spontaneous, you know? This feels like I keep on seeing like say yes to things. So it's like you see something that just comes up, you know? Like it's giving me, it's like it almost says to me, embrace some yes energy this weekend, which is like, and I keep on hearing yeses, why not? Which is the space by which one does something. Yeah, it's giving me like a little bit of Holly go like lightly energy, like something about doing as you please, right? Doing something just, I keep on hearing doing something just because you like doing it, not because, I keep on hearing not feeling like, not I keep on hearing not everything has to be energetically productive. So almost like I see, like it almost says like give yourself a little gift of doing something that's just for you, is what I keep on hearing, you know? All right. Great. Yes. One general card pull, please, for Melly. Um, I feel like this is, I see you, I feel like this is you. Um, I keep on hearing like I'm getting a really strong message of understanding that um, I keep hearing when we become niche, we don't accommodate for everything, is what I keep on seeing. It's interesting. It's a very specific message. Like I almost see you, um, I almost see you embracing some kind of niche, or starting to understand like a niche that you're in. Yeah, like especially like it's interesting too. And I keep on hearing like if there's some kind of new niche, I keep on hearing like if there's some kind of new niche you want to pursue, like you're gonna have, I keep on hearing you're gonna have to create the air for it before other people pick up on it, is what I keep on seeing. Yeah, you might have to put it together yourself, is what I keep on seeing, right? Like if the opportunity isn't presenting itself, you might have to make the opportunity for yourself, is what I keep on seeing. All right, one card on divine counterpart for Ava, please. I feel like I see somebody that is like, I keep on hearing learning the life-changing power of leaning back. Like I see somebody embracing some kind of new hobbies or taking on some kind of project. I feel like they're discovering some kind of reserve and energy in themselves that they didn't know it was there. But I also keep on hearing it's because they're taking care of themselves better. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, I keep on seeing, like I literally keep on seeing someone who's almost saying like, I didn't realize what an impact something was having on me, you know? Like I feel like I almost see somebody that is like, I don't know, they've made, like I keep on hearing they've made a lot of changes in relationality to, like it says it's like almost like the self. Yeah, like be energy, you know? Here's the thing about it. I see somebody who they never do anything, halfway, right? It's like they've got this quality that when they go all in on something, they go all in. They used to be all into something that was not good for them. And now I see them going all into something that like is really healthy for them. You know what I mean? Like they're like, this is them like completely becoming a nerd or nerding out on something in like the best way possible. The description is also visible by the heart next to our name. with a ring around it. Is that where it is? It's so hard for me to be able to tell. I'm trying to figure out, because it used to be, because for me, I need to stress this. So for me, Haley, I see the heart with the ring and it says level 21. So is level 21 the designation of superfan? We're all trying to figure this out together. Oh, all right, continuing right now. Chrissy, one card regarding the connection. Like the thing about this connection, when I read for it, you know, it's interesting because I believe yesterday, didn't I pull the sun card on it? Like I feel like I pulled the sun card. And that's what I keep on seeing. Like I almost like I see somebody that's got some kind of like it says to me like a lot of like a lot of temperamentality, right? Like it says to me like there's almost like something here where like, it doesn't feel, it feels to me like this retrograde eclipse energy is doing a number on them. Because if yesterday I pulled the sun card and then today I pulled the nine of swords, right, they might be overly internalizing a lot of this energy. Bottom of the deck, yeah, especially with the seven of wands, right? You know, this type of energy, like especially, I gotta say this, like if this is someone who doesn't back down from things, if this is some like this is not the energy for someone that does not back down from fights. Like I gotta tell you right now, this is not good energy. This is not good energy for energy that like is easily triggered in relationality to like being provoked, because you know it's a lot of that. Like I keep on saying, like it's a lot of that, like what it's giving me, like somebody going like what's gotten in everybody, but feeling animal spirit guide, yeah, with the stag energy, right? I keep on hearing not everything is deserving of our energy. You know what I mean? Not everything. Like I keep on hearing like when someone provokes you and you like and you go all in, congratulations, they just put you on a like they just put you on a side quest. You know what I mean? Like it's that type of energy. Hannah, I appreciate you. If we don't have, oh, I appreciate that, Hannah. Oh no, I didn't have the disco too. I haven't downloaded. Oh, no problem, Kath. You can get it on your phone. I would definitely recommend. So one of the things, if you guys are super fans right now, I would definitely recommend if you can get on the disco, it would be very helpful because there's a lot of changes that just rolled out on this app. And I need the space by which I'm navigating or helping you guys understand how to navigate those changes is happening very heavily on the disco. Haley, one card highest priority, please, for Haley. This is, you do not need to explain yourself to someone that refuses to listen. You don't have to have a conversation with someone that doesn't want to listen. Be able to recognize the difference between a conversation and a telling, right? Somebody that wants to talk to you just because they want to tell you how something is, but they don't necessarily want to hear your take on things. Yeah, you can say to somebody like that, I'm open to a conversation. I'm not available for a telling, which is the space by which you articulate to another. It says the way a conversation works is that I say something and then you repeat back to me what I said, and then you say something. Like almost saying, like it almost says to me, like it's almost saying to me, um, like it's saying to me that like the space by which you're able to articulate and identify um like how one is able to do something effectively is the space by which I keep on seeing, like the space by which, can I get an animal spirit guide card too? Yeah, especially like I keep on hearing too, another person doesn't get to tell you what a clarifying conversation is. You get to decide what a clarifying conversation is, not them. So being able to be energetically productive in terms of what you feel is supportive versus someone who says that they want to talk to you only because they want to go back to something. Yes, beautifully stated, Kay. Thank you for the help, Bridget. Yes, sub here still counts, but there's been a bunch of changes that have rolled out that made things a little bit challenging for us for the time being. All right. We are going to be doing a mind, body, spirit reading right now for Nikki. And just a reminder, the list today is closed, but if you would like to get on the list for tomorrow, you can get on the list and you will be the second person read for. Okay. And thank you for getting on the list early, Nikki. Can I get mind, body, spirit for Nikki, please? Mind, body, spirit. And can I get one more card, please? Highest priority message. Oh, wow. Okay, let's talk about this because I see here, listen, you have to understand, like I'm getting a message, a strong message in relationality to understanding that your mind and your body are deeply connected. I keep on, I don't know. And I feel like there's something about you having to tell another person that you're not available to be upset in some way. I don't want to make this a medical reading, but I often see this in those whose um like there's some energy that I don't want to make this a medical reading, but there's some energy when I say that it is not healthy to be emotionally upset. Like they're saying to me that there's something about this that like the space by which you have to carry stress is something that immediately, like it just immediately like it almost immediately represents itself in your body is what I keep on seeing, you know? And the thing about this, and I feel like, and I would not be, I feel like it's interesting too, because I would not be surprised right now if you're having like, I keep on hearing like phantom aches is what I'm getting. And the reason I'm getting phantom aches is because I keep on hearing the phantom aches is someone trying to put something on you, on your back that isn't your responsibility, is what I keep on hearing. Like if you're getting phantom aches, like that is the energetic feeling of the stress of another person asking you to carry something ridiculous, is what I'm getting. Like it's literally, I would not be surprised if you're having something like that because I keep on seeing, and I need to stress this, and often I keep on hearing the way we saw phantom aches in terms of someone trying to put something on us that is energetically ridiculous is we grant them the profound gift of our proximity. We grant them, I keep on hearing, like, guess what? I have prepared a wonderful gift for you. My gift is proximity. I hope you like it. There's going to be a lot of it going forward, is what I keep on saying. Right? It's like I don't want you to think about going into lack on something. You've got a really strong spirit from your guides that is coming through. You are not, I keep on hearing, you are not denying someone anything. And I feel like this is really hard because I keep on hearing somebody who's trying to articulate that you're denying them something. I keep on hearing if they say to you that you're denying them something, you say, no, I'm giving you the gift of my proximity. I'm giving you the gift of my proximity because you're articulating that something about me is making you uncomfortable. That's how you're going to reframe a conversation. This is not you. I keep on hearing you being you doesn't deny anyone anything. And when someone tries to say that you being you is denying them something, then you say to them, I am going to grant you the gift of my proximity because that is the space by which you can say, I care about you, but I'm not going to change for you. And how dare you ask me to change for something that I am energetically embodying? When we care about each other, we don't say, do this or else. We don't say it. It does not enter. I keep on hearing from your guides, it does not enter the equation. And when someone says, do this or else, we understand that we're not having a civilized conversation with someone. We're having a power struggle. So you can say to someone, you can say, I care about you, but respectfully, I'm not going to engage in a power struggle with you. And if you want to engage in a power struggle with me, then I grant you the gift of my proximity, which is the space by which you say, I am not denying you anything. I am giving you what you ask for because you're articulating that my proximity to you is making you energetically uncomfortable. So this is the gift that I'm giving you now. And I really think that that's important because it does feel like, it feels like, and I keep on hearing you being you does not deny anyone anything. You being you should not deny anyone anything. So don't let someone say, why are you doing this to me? When you say, what am I doing? And they say existing. And I feel like that's really important because I keep on seeing that it's painful. Like I feel like I see you kind of going through a process of having to let go of some unhealthy energetic relationships. And I keep on seeing, remember, you're not letting them go, you're giving them to Saturn, right? And what does Saturn say? Which is, again, the gift of Saturn is the gift of perspective, which is the space by which you say, I'm not going to fight with you about this. I hope the day comes that you see reason, right? I grant you the proximity to find the space by which you can see reason. And the final card here, yeah, Five of Wands. And again, don't let someone, and I feel like this is the highest point of stress that we can possibly experience in relationality to trauma. The relationality to trauma is one that one person articulates that there's only one thing that you can do to be able to fix something, and it is something that you literally cannot do. It is the space by which, again, it's like you're relinquishing your happiness should not bring another person satisfaction. And make sure, and I feel like that's the reorientation of a conversation you may be having with someone, which is saying, let's be clear on this. You are asking me to sacrifice my happiness for the sake of your energetic contentment. We don't do that when we care about one another. And and again, especially if it does not hurt another person, the only time love is the space by which we honor each other's choices. We don't have to always agree with them, but we honor them. And the only time that we articulate upon the fact that an energetic choice is not beneficial is when we feel like it is detrimental to something, when we feel like there is something that is negative that is energetically occurring. So everything I keep seeing here, situations and circumstances wherein you're working to define that. And I keep on seeing, make sure, and it keeps on saying you don't have to be available for every conversation. Some arguments you don't have to have. Some arguments you can literally say to someone, I refuse to engage in this conversation because the standard by which we would have it in the first place is so far beyond my standard that I will not entertain it. And that's when it's okay not to have a conversation, right? We don't have to have conversations about things when something someone is asking about from us is so far beyond our standards that it's not even something that we entertain, right? It's like the energy that you say, it's not even on the table. I'm not even going to talk to you about it because the fact that you would ask it in itself is insane, right? Insanity is asking someone to do something that is energetically unreasonable for no point, for no reason. So I keep on hearing, don't let someone create trauma to your psyche that then applies to your body by asking you to do something that is energetically insane, that articulates that if you cared about them, if you cared, and because when someone does that, what they're effectively saying is, if you cared about me, you would let me control you. If you cared about me, you would let me control you. That's not how love works. Bottom of the deck. And I feel like there's something really important there, especially with this Seven of Swords in its reversal. Especially with that Seven of Swords in its reversal, I feel like, and I keep on seeing someone still sees you as an energetic child, right? Like the space by which another, and even I keep on seeing, even in the space of children, right? Even in the space of children, we don't say carte blanche, don't touch that, don't do that. We articulate and explain why, like the reason is what I keep on seeing, right? I keep on hearing, even in the space of children, because I said so, should never escape our lips. So I keep on seeing, like, make sure, like, I keep on hearing somebody saying because I said so is the end of a conversation. Because when someone says because I said so, they're basically saying, I don't need logic. I don't need logic to articulate on my demands. I'm just weighing whether you'll do what I say. And I keep on hearing that is not respect. Respect is not found in doing what I say. Respect is the observation of being respective to one another. So make sure someone's not asking you to lose respect for yourself in order to respect them. because I keep on seeing that this is like, and I keep on seeing like, you like making that choice, like these cards, like it's saying to me domino effect. Like they get in here and then you're like a mess for the rest of the day, right? Like I just see it. It's like the domino effect is what I see, keep on seeing. And this is a, here's the thing. That's how you let go of stress. You just say, I'm not going to have the conversation unless there's been progress. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Nikki. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. The list is closed for today, but if you want to get on the list for tomorrow, you'll be the second person read for. It's 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. I'm going to take a moment to read over the comments that came through as I was reading. All right. This reading, thank you as well for connecting, for receiving it as well, Kay. One moment. Oh, you're in the disco. Hooray. Welcome, Kat. Tate, welcome, dear, of course. Hold on, just reading back. All right. Yep, I can no longer update the app and resub. I'll be back. No problem, Beep. We're working. Listen, so that's why I'm suggesting for everyone right now who is a super fan to make sure that you're following me on the disco, because I'm going to be making some updates in the next few days to work through this issue. I've already got the plan in place. So I have a plan. And I'll be sharing that plan on the disco. You're welcome, dear. Okay, hold on a moment. You're so welcome, Yaz. Oh, I appreciate that, Grace. Let me see where we are with that. I think I think we should be in good shape to accommodate it. I think I've got you and Hannah to do today, but let me see. Let me get through some of these 1 cards. I would love to see that message when you can. I will reach out to you, Alexandra, and ping me if I forget, because there's a goldfish in here. If you are a super fan, do we need to post? If you are a super fan, yeah, I see. Like you did it perfectly, Rainbow. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. I have forgotten. No problem. Hold on a moment. Yes. Hold on. Just backing it up. I got a bunch of comments to go through. Haley, did I draw your card? Hold on a minute. So does sub here still count? Yeah, sub here still counts. We're going there's some changes that have occurred here. The subs are now super fans. I'm going to be articulating upon those changes over on the disco. So that's why it's a little bit complicated right now, and we're working through it to understand it better. So you'll be getting updates there as well. We're gonna resolve this week. Yep, absolutely. Yes, you did. Thank you for confirming, Haley. I was just double checking. I want to know. Way too chill. Excellent. Hold on a minute. Oh, thank you guys. Oop, hold on a minute. Woo! Trishina and Melissa and Kay. Thank you for reaching new levels in the fan club. Yes. I thought nonchalance was coming back for seconds. If absolutely. And I've got your 1 card for you right now. Grace, do you want to write you one card now or after your reading? You're welcome, Yaz. Ooh, concert. My aunt just flew in last minute for a conference. Oh, that's fun. Yes, I hope it's a good time. You're welcome, dear. I got you. Okay, 1 card, highest priority, please. I feel like this is a good time for you to actually make some plans right now. Like I want you, I keep on seeing like I keep on hearing, don't let the intensity of the retrograde impact your plans. Yeah, especially with temperance. You're not late for anything. I keep on getting the same message. You're never late for your own journey. Animal spirit guide, yeah, right? Don't get twisted up if you feel like you're energetically late for something. I want you to center and say, I'm exactly where I need to be, right? This is where everything starts. Hannah, card, highest priority, please. Don't let someone trigger you right now. And I keep on saying you can observe, like I like to say, like a good way of navigating when someone's trying to trigger you is just ask a question. Say, what did you mean by that? Right? Don't get reactive, get curious. Bottom of the deck. Yeah. Say that again. Can you repeat that? No, I'd like to talk about it. Right? We can often tell the difference between someone trying to trigger us when we ask them to explain further. Right? Animal spirit guide. Yeah, adder. Right? When another person tries to trigger us, we get curious. No, let's talk about it. It's okay. Okay, Esteban, were you able to find it, dear? And thank you for the follow, Leanne. I can no longer. Yep, I'm sending you support, beep. One card, general. I got you. Sweet. And guys, please remember to make sure to comment over on the disco if you are a sub. We've got the Six of Swords in its reversal. Listen, don't get fixated on the past. If there's something that you wish that you could have done better in the past, have the conversation about it, right? Talk through it. Yeah, again, don't feel like you need to carry it. I feel like have the conversation, right? Like have the conversation, say, look, this has been bothering me. There's something I want to tell you, right? I keep on hearing a healthy apology is one that's free of expectation, which is the space by which we just share to another how we feel. Animal spirit guide. Yeah, especially the blackbird. I almost feel like there's something about like writing a letter to yourself that I'm getting, like something to help you through something in a certain way. Yeah, super fans. Without the ring are just people that send heart me's. That's good to know. Well, I think the heart with the ring, it's so hard to tell. It's like it's such a small emoji. I think it's a timing how long you've been a fan. I don't know. I think as long as you have the heart with the ring, then you are a fan. The level doesn't change anything. Yes, I love it. I always want to do everything at once, but then I get overwhelmed. The regular hearts are regular fans, and the rings around them are super fans. Good to know. It will be a good influence on me. I think no ring means not super fan. I don't see anyone without a ring though. The level is just our level as a fan from sending heart me's and stuff. Rainbow, one card. Why I'm so exhausted and needing so much sleep. Ooh, 10 hours, not usual. I actually think that there's something, it's saying to me like, I feel like you're recovering from something that's taking time, is what I'm getting. You know, this is, yeah, like I feel like it's giving, like, I keep on hearing like little things do weird things to us, right? Like something that isn't enough to like make us like not feel well, but just something that like your body's like already gone into recovery mode. It almost says to me that um you've got like some kind of, I don't want to make this a medical reading, but it does feel like you've been like, it's like your body's way of fighting something off is what I keep on seeing. Animal spirit guide. Yeah, take the cues, right? Give your body what it needs to be able to take care of you. All right. With love and animal spirit. One for fun, curious. I got you, Trishina. I just want an animal spirit today. Eagle. Yeah, it feels like affirmation on something you saw is what I keep on seeing, right? It's giving me a lot of observe, don't absorb, right? When in terms, especially as it relates to someone trying to like make you volatile or saying like someone trying to say something to intentionally like provoke you or make you upset. Oh Lord, no, why is she in reverse? It's okay. It's okay, Nikki. This is so true. Ah, relatable. I've been feeling so jittery. And yes, phantom aches. I am in the exact same boat. Sending you support, Haley. Oh, proximity. I just feel like I'm carrying stress from all angles. I'm really trying to exercise, but oh man, I have guilt. No, it's like, I mean, like, that's the thing about it. Like, letting go of those guilt issues is what I keep on seeing. This is so accurate for me as well. That's a good one. I need to say that. Thank you as well, Mystic. Not everyone sees it for what it is. He's like, yeah, it's true. And that's okay. Yeah, that Saturn thing really resonates. Yep, this reading. Thank you as well, Nikki. I feel like I'm dealing with everyone else's lack of reason. No, that's what I mean. Like again, it is you're not being reasonable can be the closure, right? When someone's not being, you have to understand when someone's not being reasonable, there is no amount of logic you can bring to the space by which another person, when someone's not being reasonable and you bring logic and all the logic you give them doesn't change it, then you can say, I'm not having a conversation with a reasonable person. Done. Free. Hallelujah. Done. Set free. Like they're not being reasonable. There's nothing you can do. That's how you let go of the trauma. You don't try to make them see reason. If they're not being reasonable, if they've turned their back from the world of logic, then you give them the gift of proximity. You give them all the whole pasture where they can be unreasonable. Yep, right. Something hurtful. Yeah, it's like you do not see how ridiculous you're being. It's not even worth arguing about. Beautifully said. Exactly. Thank you, Nikki. Yes, that's it. That's conditional love. If you cared about me, you wouldn't try to control me. Tap to claim. This is definitely not how love is supposed to work. Tap to claim. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. I feel this in multiple areas. Sending you support, dear. I feel so much stress in my body. Sending you so much support, Nikki. But that's what I keep on seeing. Like I keep on seeing, identifying the work isn't trying to fix it. Sometimes it's observing what can't be fixed and just resolving yourself to it. I grew up with this because I said so. I grew up with because I said so. Cannot count how many times I heard it. It's a terrible thing to say, even to children. Children should never hear I said so. We should teach children the logic by which we articulate rules, right? It's the understanding why, why they have to do something that impresses upon a child why it's important. Elizabeth, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. Thank you guys for supporting each other in the comments as well. I'm so glad that helped, Nikki. And thank you as well. Brought up a lot of things with my ex, said to me as marriage was ending. Sending you so much support, Rainbow. I have a plan. I do have a plan. I have a plan. I'm working out the details, but I feel like it's a good plan. I might even do we might even do a disco meeting to kind of work through the plan. Yes, you did. Yes, you can absolutely get your one card, BC. Can I get one card for BC, please? Highest party. Unless you have a specific question, BC. After is fine. Thank you, Grace. One card on partnership for Nikki. Again, don't let someone else's energy interfere in your relationship. Right? I keep on saying often, that's the thing. Like, listen, sometimes energy will press on us so that the energy that's with us feels like they're a burden. Right? I keep wondering, don't let someone else make another person feel like they're an energetic burden. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, like it's a space of saying like you're not a burden, you're a gift. Right? And I keep on saying like and again, and you have to understand that like when someone makes you make a choice, there is no choice. Right? It's the space by which it's just working through something. Animal spirit guide, yeah, especially with the goose. Right? It's like I keep on saying I keep on hearing sometimes things are uncomfortable in the saying. You know? It's the space by which I keep on hearing it's giving me the space of understanding that some bells can't be unrung. And I keep on seeing working on what is reasonable to expect on a situation going forward, you know? Yep, you're so welcome, Kay. Yes, keep on turning that frustration into focus. Confirmation honk. Yes, on the goose energy. I'd love a card. I got you, Lisa. On hardship in my connection. I feel like there's something about outside people. I feel like it's a conversation and being able to trust what people mean to us is what I keep on seeing. And I keep on hearing, yeah, especially with the judgment card in its reversal, right? Um when we are when we The questions we often ask in relationality to others is not just how we feel about things, but how they might feel about a circumstance or situation, right? Like it's not he almost like here's you saying to someone like them saying how they feel about someone and then being like, what are your impressions in terms of how they feel about you? Do they share them or are they expecting something different? Is what I keep on seeing. Yeah, the hind energy, right? The space by which we articulate and prioritize is the space by which we articulate to others what we mean to one another. So I almost feel like it's almost like you saying to someone like, "Have you spoken about us to them?" You know what I mean? There's something significant there. Mini, one card on the energy surrounding if I pursue this person I'm speaking to. Okay. I keep on hearing the offers on the table. Did you offer something? Like, I keep on saying, like, if you've offered something to them, right? Like, I keep on hearing not feeling like you need to kind of reaffirm or repeat something. Yeah, like making sure. I keep on hearing making sure that you put the ball in your court in their court, but then not over stressing if they're not energetically returning it. Animal spirit guide. Yeah, I see. I almost feel like I see somebody like going through an overwhelm point right now. You know, um, don't I keep on hearing like don't put too much pressure on something too quickly, like let something I keep on hearing like let something casually evolve. Okay, I did get that. Yes, confirmed. I need to send you the invite. Okay. Per one card. Oh, baby. Okay. Can I get one card for them, please? For per? I mean, they're uncomfortable, you know? Like I see somebody whose spirits are down a little. Um Animal spirit guide, like especially with the 9 of cups in its reversal. um I feel like they want out of whatever it is, like what they want out of whatever it is that you've got them in is what I keep on seeing. Like I don't know, I feel like it's almost like them design like they don't understand why they have to wear it. If there's something that they're like, yeah, they're like I can see like they hate it. So their spirits will pick up as soon as they're out of it, is what I keep on getting. Yeah, like they want to be free. Like but I also see the fact that they can't be because I keep on saying as soon as they are, they're going to go straight to the place that they're not supposed to touch. Oh, oh, thank you, Scorpio. Beep had a heart and no ring. Okay, good to know. Thank you for letting me know, Beep. Okay, thank you. All right, the eagle has landed. Yep. Okay, excellent. Sophina, yep, thank you as well. Hold on. Whoop. 1 second, just reading back. And thank you so much. Investigations for the follow. Disco meeting, exactly. Yes, Lisa, I drew your one card. Hold on a moment. Yep, just reading back. No, prolonged stress does take a toll. I'm thinking about calling it off. Hold on a minute. I need to read back. Yay. I have 2 of them and they're both doing great. Oh, I hope your pup's doing well as well, Kay. Okay. Maybe I'm letting go and feeling calmer. Absolutely. So much prolonged stress, it does. Okay. One card, highest priority for Kath, please. Come on. Um, not everybody, you are not cake. Not everybody gets a slice. I keep on seeing here, especially like I keep on hearing you're not being unreasonable if they've done it twice, is what I keep on hearing. Yeah, especially with King of Swords. I keep on seeing a situation, like I keep on getting, you know, when you articulate to something, someone, so like the first time you articulate something to someone, it's the first time you articulate something to someone, it's a lesson. It's something that they can absorb. But make sure someone's not getting in a space where they're like again and again and again. They're constantly like apologizing because I feel like this is the sound of someone's apology ringing untrue because an apology is twofold. It's the observation of something one is working to fix and then the ability of going about doing so. Yeah, stag energy, right? It's like it's like the convert like almost you saying like the conversation of saying like I don't want apology, I just want action, you know? Exactly. I know that feeling a lot. Depression of me not allowing myself to feel and not suppressing emotions. Yes, I said so. Can welcome injustice. Absolutely. Lisa, I did your one card. I pulled the Three of Cups, which says, and with the hind energy, and the Seven of Swords, I believe in its reversal, which says it's not enough to articulate how we feel about others, but how they might feel about us, right? Like are they clear in terms of what's between us? Is what I keep on seeing. I've tried to explain reasons to my kiddo and listen to their point of view. Yeah, it's such a huge pet peeve of mine. And thank you as well. Yes, exactly. Because I've said so only gives children confusion. It's really not healthy. It does mean my kiddo is very assertive of what they want, and I think it is a good quality. Or they're looking for explanation. Now is a game of duck, duck, goose. Yes. You're welcome, Nikki. Oh, froze for me, so I had to come back. No worries, Alexandra. Mother Goose, I'm tired of being an energetic mommy. Exactly. I'm feeling, hold on a minute. One second. I'm feeling like I don't mean anything to the person. Sending you support, Rainbow. Your feelings are important. They're in gymnastics. Oh, fun, Bridget. Where do we find the invite to disco channel? So Trishina, you should, I believe if you go into your subscriber or superfan benefits, you should see access to the disco there. I go by the words I've seen, sending you support, dear. And again, make sure, like I keep on seeing like this, I keep on hearing like this is the sound of you honoring their choices, which is the space by which you're doing what another person said. Continue to write down those manifestations on what you're looking for. I know, I can see that, Per. Needed to hear this. You're welcome, Kath. You know, it's crazy. My iPad always goes off. Who am I listening to? Oh, welcome, Sandra. All right. So I've got about enough time today. I'm going to try. So we're going to do the one card readings right now. I mean, we're going to do the readings that we have set for today. I've got Hannah and then Hannah. So Hannah, if you're here, and I've got Hannah and Grace. So Hannah, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And just a reminder, if anybody would like a one card reading who is not a super fan, becoming a super fan will make you eligible to have a one card reading. All right. General for Hannah, please. We're also at 38.7K likes. When we get to 50K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 50K in no time. Can I get a general for Hannah right now? Highest party messages from Spirit. It's giving a little, you can't sit with us. I don't want to kind of energy, you know? Like this is, like I gotta stress this. Like I'm not a big, like it's how do I describe this? I don't understand. I don't understand. I've never understood clicky energy. It's not something that jives with me. So it's always hard for me to read clicky energy. Um, but I mean, there's a really strong message that's coming through that it's like it feels to me, it's like recognize and understand um, that when we don't feel good about ourselves, like that's the message that's coming through. When we don't feel good about ourselves, then we find pleasure in making others like like in making others feel uncomfortable about themselves. You know what I mean? It's giving a lot of that type of energy. It's almost saying like you, and I keep on hearing you can have empathy for it, but you don't need to tolerate it, right? Like the observation of someone doing that, like I keep on hearing like someone being like, I keep on hearing like someone being like ugly like that is what I'm getting, like the space by which another person, and it almost like, and I keep on hearing like the message that comes through is be wary of those that talk poorly when someone's back is turned, because it's only a matter of time until that will be you, is what I keep on hearing. Like that's the resonating message that's coming through in this reading, which is be very wary of energy that always has something negative to say when someone walks out of a room. Because rest assured, one day that will be you, right? The observation that when we're in a healthy space, the things that we say about one another are fortified and articulated and amplified by being able to speak towards something in such a way that we can define and derive the meaning that we bring to it, right? It's a lot of, I keep on saying like it's a lot of that work in recognizing and articulating upon that to a certain extent. And I feel like that's really, really important here, because and I would not be surprised. Like I keep on hearing, if you see that quality and characteristic in another, this is why it sometimes gives you the creeps, right? Because I keep on hearing, if someone talks about another person as soon as their back is turned, then it's only a matter of time, is all I keep on hearing. It's only a matter of time. So if you are experiencing that or seeing that, and it's been making you feel uncomfortable, I keep on hearing, don't participate, observe, right? Like just, I keep on seeing like just recognize that it's occurring. Um and it's like, because I keep on hearing, like I keep on hearing the message that like um we give each other the benefit of the doubt until there is no doubt, right? And I almost feel like it almost feels like somebody articulating something about someone, hoping that you will do something for them. So I keep on seeing, make sure that you're having empowering conversations with someone. And I keep on seeing empowering doesn't mean saying to them like, oh, go, like you should do this, you should do that. It's a space by which, like, it's a space by which you say, like, it's the space by which you say, it's not the space by which you say, I'll talk to them. It's the space by which you say, you should talk to them about that. Right? It's like, it's the space by which you say, have you told them that? Have you shared that with them? Because I keep on seeing like you can't say, you can't say, I keep on hearing the message, you can't say someone is being like something unless you have told them that they are being that way, right? The misrepresentation that often occurs in reading into another person instead of asking a question. So make sure that I keep on hearing, make sure that you're doing that work for yourself, but also make sure that you're not getting pulled into, like make sure you're not getting pulled into another person's drama, is what I keep on seeing. And getting pulled into another person's drama is often in the space by which they're talking, like it's often in the space that they're talking poorly about someone without having any energetic frame of reference. And I keep on hearing too the space by which someone says like they, like avoiding the ubiquitous they, right? Somebody being like, I heard or they said versus saying, who is they? Is they you? Like it almost feels to me like somebody who's trying to give you the wrong information in order for you to clarify, right? Like someone gives you the wrong information about something and then you go, no, no, no. And then you deliver them the right information and they say, thank you, right? You just gave me exactly what I need. Bottom of the deck. Yeah. Especially with the 7 of Wands in its reversal, like this is effectively speaking towards, this is saying to me that this is talking towards situations or circumstances in relationality to, I keep on seeing, how do I describe this best? Like it's giving me like, I keep wondering, especially if someone's always articulating upon something they don't like about someone with someone they're constantly with. And I keep on saying, be respective of the uncomfortable position that that puts you in. Because I keep on saying, if someone talks poorly about someone they're constantly with, right, they're actually making it awkward for you to be in that situation because it's making you kind of, I keep wondering, like, you shouldn't have to carry their lie behind your lips, which is the observation of them, like, kind of articulating one thing with you privately, but then doing entire other thing in relationality to a person publicly. So, like it's saying to me, like that type of energy, like when you see that, just I keep on hearing you can respectfully give someone distance, right? And it's hard. It's hard to talk about, right? Because I keep on saying it's not the space for which you can tell someone that, you know. But I feel like and I feel like I keep on saying I really can't. I keep on hearing I really can't speak upon that, right? Like I keep on hearing, I just keep on hearing the words, I really can't speak on that. Or I have no experience of that. Right. I keep on hearing that's almost the space by which you can close like an energetic door in relationality to identifying like someone trying to pull you into something and saying like I said, have you tried talking to them about it? I keep on hearing like offer advice instead of agreement, right? Like it's almost like it's like I keep on saying instead of I keep on hearing like make sure that you're asking questions if someone's constantly doing something like that. And I keep on hearing if they get reactive to those questions, right? Like if they start to say like, oh what, like you're on their side, like there you go, right? Like there are no sides and things. It's the observation of understanding like like how another person may be projecting out onto someone. Thank you so much, Hannah, for having that reading with me. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings. The list is closed right now. The next person we're reading for is Grace. Grace, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. I'm just going to read over the comments that came through as I was reading. Also, for those who are super fans, we're doing one card pull. So if you're a super fan and you have not had a card pull, go ahead and put your question in the comments. If you'd like to become a super fan, you can do so via my subscriptions. And thank you guys. We're at 42K. Thank you for tapping that screen. When we get to 50K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. Claire, your subscription is ending soon if you'd like to renew. Hold on a moment. Oh, thank you for the compliment, Sandra Lippick. You look so, oh, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. This is going to be intense. And Claire, your subscription is ending soon if you'd like to renew. Okay. Great reminder, and I will keep this in mind when interacting with others. I think it's important. I feel like it's coming through right now, especially like someone trying to talk to you about someone. Yes, and they're likely talking about me to someone else. Exactly. I'll give them the gift of proximity. Yeah, that kind of energy. I know it's not great. Yep, and you're so welcome, Hannah. All right, we're doing a mind, body, spirit for Grace right now. All right, before we continue, let's do another intuition check. I've got our animal intuition cards here. And guys, make sure to give Hannah a follow. Some love. And in the meantime, let's do animal intuition check. I got the animal spirit guide card here. We're going to count back from 10. When we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The hawk. Thank you guys for participating. We'll do that again after the next reading. All right. Where are we? All right, mind, body, spirit right now for Grace, please. And let me just pin up Grace here. Guys, make sure to give Grace some love. All right. I love all the cats. Okay. One more. Mind, body, spirit. This is like, do you shift? This feels, I feel like I feel like I see some kind of situation where you've released a lot of stuff. And now it's like, I keep on seeing it's allowing you, like, it feels like, I feel like this is the sound of you learning to let go of things. But I think it's interesting because, the thing I keep on seeing is, um, I feel like there's something really important, um, like this is you letting go of weird energy is what I keep on seeing. You know? Like I just see some kind of circumstance or situation. Um, and I keep on hearing weird does not get less weird with a conversation. You know? I gotta like this is what we talk about. Like, the funny thing is, and this is why like when we heal, we start seeing more weird stuff because um like I feel I almost I gotta describe what I'm seeing here. I see you. You are someone who's very, very highly in tune, which is like I keep on hearing the slightest change. And you are like the slightest change in another person's demeanor. And you are like, what's wrong? What's happening? What's changed? Like I can like you know what I mean? Like you can like you can pick up on that. And I keep on seeing what's hard when one has that ability is not overly internalizing it, which is the space by which I keep on seeing um, that you know it's not the space by which you it's not I keep on hearing it's not your job to get every I keep on hearing I know you're not gonna like when I say it's not your job to get everyone in alignment. It's not your job to get everyone in alignment. It's your job to make sure you're energetically aligned, is what I keep on seeing. And I feel like that is the sound of you no longer bending over backwards. Because I feel like in the past, you were bending over backwards, right? I keep on seeing like there was some kind of anxiety or worry. Like I almost feel like you were like running in like some kind of space in the past, going like, oh, are they like, oh, are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Am I still good with it? Am I good? Healthy. And then we realize like we heal enough and we go healthy energy does not require perpetual check-ins as to whether we're good, right? It's the understanding that the minute we stop doing that and we say, if something's not good, they'll tell me. And I keep on hearing when we start to do, if there's something not good, they'll tell me. And all of a sudden everything goes crazy in our life. Then that is often what is required and needed to be able to move into healthier energy. Like that's what's all like it's a space, it's like literally the space by which we let go of the wheel. And it's like, oh, there's the problem. Yep. There it is. Oh my gosh, we are drifting. We are drifting. We are drifting. And so instead of tugging the wheel constantly, you're like, yeah, I got to get rid of that. I got that. There it is. That's I found the source, right? And I feel like that's a little bit of the work that I'm seeing here. I feel like there was something here that you're putting all of your energy, like you're having all your energy and trying to keep something straight. You know what I mean? And it's like, and for failing to recognize that when we let go in that way, and we're like, oh, that's not going the right way. I need to just move away from this. Um, so I feel like I think it's interesting because I see you like and I feel like it's having an impact on your relationships. You know, I feel like it's like I feel I feel like it's almost like you making good with the fact that not everyone has to like you is what I keep on seeing. You know, it's like it's almost like I feel like it's like and I keep on saying like, and I keep on hearing because if someone doesn't like you and you haven't done anything, then that's them, right? It's not your I keep on hearing it's not your job to have to become like to like I keep on hearing it's not your job to have to align everybody. It's your job to recognize and identify what's an energetic alignment to you, is what I keep on seeing. And I know how difficult that is for you, you know? And I keep on hearing it's not selfish if it's reciprocal, which basically means like if you're not going around being an absolute jerk to people for no reason, right? And expecting someone else to try to like change that, then it's not too much to ask that others do the same for you, right? It's just the observation. I keep on hearing it's like I feel like the work that you're doing right now is the difference between learning to take temperature instead of feeling the implicit need to try to fix temperature, is what I keep on seeing. And that's what I keep, and I feel like that's the important thing that's happening because I do feel like this is what's going to be bringing positive energy towards you, right? And I keep on hearing like this is why like I need to stress this. Like this is often why when we stop trying to fit in, we find those that are in alignment to us because I keep on seeing we stop worrying so much on why someone doesn't like us or why they're being energetically weird. But I keep on hearing like we just take the note and move on, right? It's like clocked, noted, you know, it's a lot of that. Bottom of the deck, yeah, especially with the Knight of Pentacles. And I think the positive on this, and I feel like a lot of this is coming specifically as a direct result of the fact that you've got some grounding energy around you right now. You know, like what like the grounding energy helps to energetically clarify, right? It's the space by which another person says, if you are doing something wrong, I tell you, right? And it's like as soon as we have someone in our life that gives us that space, if there's something wrong, I tell you. Like this is often why we talk about the fact that those who have empathic energy need energetic protectors, right? Because when energetic empaths are moving through the world and they're picking up on everybody's like vibration, it's almost like that desire to want to energetically fix things, but the ability for like the protector to kind of be there to a certain extent is the grounding force because it basically effectively articulates to us and reminds us that the space by which you like the space by which you are energetically fine should not, I keep on hearing, does not require you to have to like overgive to demanding energy. And I keep on seeing like there's something really important I see that you're doing in healing from hyper demanding energy. And I almost feel like the hyper demanding energy was trying to make you feel like that you were codependent. But I keep on saying, make sure someone hyper demanding wasn't trying to articulate to you that you were codependent, because often hyper demanding energy will articulate that that we need more. Like it's the energy that articulates the fact that we're not showing up, right? Or that we're in need of something just because they know that we'll give more of it. So I kind of see, I feel like there's a lot of that recalibration that's happening for you right now. Just make sure that you're taking time to be able to heal and recognize that. Because I keep on seeing if things are getting weird, then you're moving in the right direction. Because if it's weird, instead of letting it impact you, like that is the sound of you observing what feels energetically logical or rational. And I feel like that is like, I do feel like it's having an energetic impact in the energy around you, but I feel like it's doing so in the best way possible. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Grace. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Yes. Excellent. I am. Family and partner stuff is changing dynamic towards me and my sanity and happiness. The first weird doesn't get less weird family stuff. Partner has stepped up immensely. Very glad to hear that, dear. Highest of tune. Yep, feel it. Yeah, I see it. Al, thank you for the follow. I agree, not my job. I used to make it my job, exactly, because no one else held their yeah, because no one else held their yeah, I get it. Yes, you read me like an old book. I learned to harness the ability. Oh, I'm so glad these messages help you, Al. Moving away always starting to start. Moving away is starting to look good. Sending you support, Grace. I'm glad to hear that. Nope, you're not the problem. Impact, making my partner and mine better. We're learning to lean into each other safely. I'm so glad to hear that as well. It felt selfish, but epiphany, I'm not the one giving it. Yep, exactly. Have a great evening, Bridget. You just said what I've told the 3 people, trying to fit all of my life, not anymore. That's beautiful, dear. My guy and a friend too, grounding me. I'm so glad to hear that. Protector around me by my side, one of the best in the world. Love that for you, dear. I'm so happy to hear that. Holy shift. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that as well for you as well, Al. Lots of recalibration. I'm so glad that was confirming to you, and I'm glad that reading acted as confirmation. I feel like you're probably experiencing that. I love that too. It is hard. All right, my friends, we've reached the conclusion of our reads today. I will be back on tomorrow. I'll be listing the time over on the place over on the Disco. For anyone who is a super fan, I would encourage you to head over to the Disco. The clock app has made some changes, and I'll be notifying you on how we'll be navigating those changes this week. So make sure that you're following me there. Thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages. Please take care of yourselves. Please, if you missed yesterday's tarot class, it is available for those who could not make the class in person. You can find that over on the stack, over on Tarot Church, that you'll find in the link in my bio. Our next class will be on Wednesday, October 15th at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today. And thank you so much for being here today and sharing in these messages. Huge thank you to our followers, old and new. Thank you for being here and receiving these messages. Huge thank you. Hi there, Alex. Welcome. That's nice of you to say. Thank you for that. I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful day. Huge thank you to my followers, old and new. Thank you for being here and sharing your afternoon with me. Huge thank you to my subscribers. Your ongoing support means the absolute world to me. And the biggest thank you to my mods. Thank you, Kay Megan, for all of your help today. I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful day. Please take care of yourselves. Please take care of one another. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.